The GHSA State Football Championships are presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to buckle up, Georgia, as we welcome you back to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. It's the 4A State Championship game as the Perry Panthers take on the Stockbridge Tigers. And good afternoon. I'm Matt Stewart, joined by college football recruiting expert Rusty Mansell of On3.com. And Rusty, Perry playing in their first state championship game in 70 years. Stockbridge, their first in 60 years. That's a combined 130 years waiting for these two programs to get to their first state championship game. Since we're in an NFL stadium, I draw the comparable. It'd kind of be like the Lions and the Browns meeting in the Super Bowl.
I tell you what, the state championship guy hadn't been by either one of these schools in a long time, but somebody's about to end that drought.
Let's talk about Perry, 12-2 on the season. Their head coach, Kevin Smith, our GPB Sports All-State Coach of the Year, led at quarterback by their three-star Coulter Ginn. He's got 10 scholarship offers, but last week he picks up a preferred walk-on offer from Georgia.
He got the preferred walk-on offer. Georgia's offered one of those, and I think Georgia's had some success with the PWOs. And listen, to people that don't know him, he's 6'4". He's got the long hair. You want to talk about some zip. I told you last week, I said, if they make it, Matt, wait till the state sees this quarterback. He throws in tight windows, got great touch. This guy is about to impress some people today.
Defensive side of the ball, Maurice Hayes, their cornerback's long and athletic. He's committed to Bowling Green.
Yeah, you look, 6'2", 180-pound defensive back, 10,900. What I like, 3.9 GPA. Mom's a teacher, checks all the boxes. He's got that 1 percentile frame I talked about last night. Not many corners with that length.
All right, let's talk about Stockbridge. They're also 12-2. Opened the season with losses at Douglas County and Colquitt County. Last time I checked, those are pretty good programs, higher classifications. They've gone 12-0 since then, and led it running back by Big Bad Duke Scott. Three-star running back committed to NC State. Went for over 300 yards in the semifinal win over Benedictine last week.
He played so good. I had to call Danny Britt at Benedictine and say, Coach, what am I going to see this week? He said, Rusty, he's got that top-end speed, but I'll tell you what he can do. He is so tough between the tackles. This guy is a home run threat, Matt, literally every single play.
All right, defensive side of the ball, their defensive end, Cameron Reese, doesn't have any stars. He does have offers from Western Kentucky and Alabama State, and he's got a lot of production.
I'll tell you what, man, great hands, great bend. When I watched his tape, can bend, get around the corner. If they're going to get pressure on Ginn, the Perry quarterback today, it's going to start with number 7, Reese.
All right, Stockbridge and Perry, we're ready to crank it up. Before we do that, let's send you down to the field in Autumn Johnson.
Thanks so much, guys. Well, new territory for both Perry and Stockbridge, taking on their first ever state championship appearance. So very special moment for these two programs. And head coach Thomas Clark shared with me that this is a statement for this squad. They have to come in and cherish the moment, but stay poised and play their game. Lock in to the game plan, but just go 1-0 one more time this season. As you can imagine, with this being new territory, there's been a lot of love from the community, a lot of text messages, a lot of media, so it can be a distraction with the excitement. So head coach Kevin Smith is also sharing this sentiment to his team for Perry, being the first Henry County school to make it to the stage. Football is very important in the Middle Georgia area, and it's an exciting time. There's old timers who have been waiting for this moment, and they've been knocking on the door for about 3 to 4 times this season. So they're excited, guys. It's time for both these squads to arrive. So the X factor is going to be cool, calm, and collected for these first-timers.
No doubt the excitement is palpable. All you had to do was pull into the parking deck here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and realize the folks have come out for this game, especially the folks from Perry, Georgia, coming up from Middle Georgia, about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away, and ready for this ball game. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a high-scoring game, which I probably just jinxed it to make it a low-scoring game. But you would anticipate, looking at the rosters, looking at what these teams have done, we're going to have some points put on the board here today.
No doubt, and it might come from two different ways. Duke Scott running the ball for Stockbridge and Coulter Ginn slinging it around for Perry. I will say this, one last comment on the game before. two great representations from Pierce County and Rockmart, not only off the field, but my goodness, the sides of the crowds that came from Blackshear and Rockmart, Georgia to play in the Mercedes-Benz.
No doubt, it was spectacular, and Todd Holcomb of Georgia High School Football Daily has a new team to add to his
Somebody got bumped.
Top 100 finals, because Pierce and Rockmart just got in there, and somewhere in that top 5, I think. It was a spectacular game. And there you see Kevin Smith, our GPB Sports Coach of the Year. And the opening kickoff is brought to you by Buckle Up Georgia. Buckle Up Georgia. Seatbelts save lives. Perry won the toss. They have deferred, and it's going to be fielded right there on the sideline. And he actually takes a loss on the play, fielded the ball at the 24 when it looked like it might kick out of bounds. That was Jaden Hayward, and he actually loses 6 yards on the play. So that's where the Tigers will start on offense.
Yeah, something we see a lot in high school now. Afraid to kick it deep. You're going to kind of just have that little pooch kick into the boundary, into the sideline, try to run, cover, and not allow somebody to get a head start deep on a kickoff return.
Well, there's number 9, Colby Tompkins, their leading and star quarterback, 3-year starter, 1,700 yards passing, 640 on the ground. He'll beat you with his feet as well. 18 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and the handoff goes to Duke Scott. Going to be met in the backfield, and Trevor Hansen, the defensive tackle, the first guy to get there, along with some help from his buddies, and Scott takes a loss on the opening play.
Watch Big 90 right here get off of, just sheds a block, gets upfield, and a couple of Perry defenders there early, but nice penetration on the first play of the Perry defensive line.
So 2nd down and 13, and Stockbridge playing behind the sticks. Scott going to get it again, going to bounce up the middle and gets it all back, and Moore has a first down at the 29.
Man, if you want to watch this block on the inside, watch the Stockbridge guard. This time they got the best of number 90. It was an absolute pancake. Watch this block from the right guard right here on 90. Look at that duo block. My goodness.
That's a big Amari Grayson, I think, on that block. Amari Grayson overcoming tragedy in his life here over the last couple of weeks. No doubt he's got his dad on his mind as he's playing in the state championship game today. Lost his father to cancer just a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for Stockbridge on offense. The aforementioned Amari Grayson there. Number 78, committed to Jacksonville State. Had some offers from West Virginia as well. Duke Scott in the backfield. Jordan Mack, also a very good running back. He's been offered by Florida A&M. So 2nd down and 1. And did they get back to the line of scrimmage?
I believe they just about, it's all they got, but you see Perry bringing someone off the bottom here, and 93 just closing down. Great job.
Cassius Williams, the defensive end, tracking him down. He's the sacks leader for Perry, and it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. Tompkins going to run for the first down and get it and get more. Step out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And Stockbridge is at midfield as we take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for Perry up front. Ashley Hansen and Barber. Barber, their leading tackler up there. Donald's their leading tackler on the team with 112 tackles, 7 TFL. And there's Maurice Hayes, who we talked about, committed to Bowling Green. Great size for a cornerback. And Devon Smoot, also their safety, has been offered. Got some couple of Power 5 offers as well. That's going to be a pass completion to Ryan Johnson, their top wide receiver, and that'll move the sticks.
Yeah, good. See him roll out here. He's left-handed quarterback, so you get him to his size. It just hits that crossing route. Perry in the zone, didn't pick him up when he came across the middle. That's somebody else has to pick him up.
That was the 42nd catch of the season for Ryan Johnson. Duke Scott getting the carry right there. Ashlyn Ashley making the tackle for the Perry Panthers. This Perry defense giving up 18.5 points per game. Their DC, Charles Anthony, finished as the number 2 seed in their region after losing to Spalding in the de facto region championship game. 2nd down and 7 for Stockbridge. They've moved to the 35. Scott going to get it again, and Scott not going to go anywhere. Cassius Williams in there on the tackle again. But that's the danger with Duke Scott is you'll stop him, he'll get 2 or 3, he'll get 2 or 3, and he's going to bust it for 30.
Bust one on, and he's got that. He's got the speed. Good job here. Just run a little stretch. Outside zone, and Perry gets off blocks. Too many people there for Stockbridge to block. It brings up a 3rd and 9.
Duke Scott's career high carries is 27. I'm guessing he goes over that number here today.
They're not going to leave any in the bag. I can guarantee you that with the state championship on the line.
He's rushed for 2,357 yards on the season. Tompkins steps up in the pocket, scrambles out of the pocket, running to the sticks and going to get there for a 1st down. So, as we said, Kobe Tompkins can beat you with his feet and showing his wheels right there.
Man, they have a linebacker blitz, and Duke Scott picks up the wrong guy. You want to go inside out. Watch this backer come inside out. He picks up the wrong guy. See him step out there. 96 gets up the field, but after that, he breaks, contain, and moves the chains. That's a backbreaker for a defense coordinator.
11-yard pickup, 1st and 10, ball at 26, and I think we had offensive line movement.
Man.
5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Tom Skinner is your referee, and here's a look at the rest of the officials working this 4A state championship game.
My man is sweating already. Look at Coach.
Thomas Clark.
Coach looks like he's played. Coach looks like he just got done with the Rockmart game. He just changed clothes and came over.
27 and 10 in his 3 seasons, but 22 and 5 the last 2 seasons. And good for Thomas Clark.
Absolutely.
Man, he is hung in there. He was on the staff with Kevin Whitley, and Kevin Whitley and Stockbridge got close a lot of times. They were quarterfinals, they were semifinals every year, could never get over the hump. When Whitley left, he applied for the job, didn't get it.
Did not get it.
He stayed on anyway, became
Yes.
the athletics director. It opened up again. He got it the 2nd time, and look what he's done. Got him in the state championship game.
Great life lesson for these young men. He coaches every day.
2nd down and 10. Tompkins got a clean pocket, throws, and incomplete at the 22-yard line as he gets broken up. And let's take a look at the Breda Pest Management keys to the game, Rusty, when the Tigers got the ball.
Yeah, obviously Stockbridge wants to get Duke Scott loose, and you want to sustain those blocks. What you mentioned, Matt, he's a very patient runner. Give him a little bit of a seam, a little extra he can go. Perry, be disciplined and contain Duke Scott. Know where he is on every play, and you got to get him to the ground by gang tackling him.
12th play of the drive right here. Tompkins going to step up in the pocket and run for the 1st down if he can get there, and spins forward and gets it. Jarrell Pinkney, the 2nd leading tackler on this Perry team, actually spun him forward for the 1st down yardage.
Quarterback draw design. Watch him 2 steps and go. You see 53 release on the backer. The only job there is for 53 to clip that backer enough. He gets the seam. 1st down. Nice call by Stockbridge.
And Tompkins has been really effective on those quarterback scrambles. You see his rushing numbers on the season. He's got 3 carries over 30 yards here in this drive. And Scott going to be caught from behind. Again, good pursuit. That is Jordan Donald, their leading tackler on the season, been offered by Cincinnati and Indiana.
So far, it's been Tompkins that's hurt Perry with his legs. They've got Scott kind of bottled up right now, but it's been Tompkins with the quarterback keeper out on the edge, bust and contain. This got him down inside the 20.
Yeah, Tompkins 3 carries, 37 yards. Scott 7 carries, 28 yards. 2nd down and 10. Scott going to get it right again in a big hole. Rams his body in there inside the 10-yard line and down to the 7.
What'd you say his career high was?
27 carries. Well, he's already at 8 here in the 1st quarter.
I can tell you, he's getting that today.
He scored 38 touchdowns on the season, Rusty.
I believe it, man. Listen, no more respect for a program in this classification than Benedictine. And I called Coach Britt this week, and he said, look, Rusty, he's the real deal. Anybody puts 300 plus on Benedictine?
No doubt, in one game.
Yes.
12 rush, 2 pass on this drive. Tompkins, clean pocket again, fires to the end zone. That's a touchdown. Ball goes to Jaden Howard. Stockbridge on top first here in the 4A state championship game.
What a great drive by Tompkins, and he finishes it off right here. Going through his progressions, the offensive line gives him time for this crossing route. You're going to see 2 in the slot. Look at him waiting on him just to clear that area. Nice ball delivered right there. What an opening drive for Stockbridge, but their quarterback was dialed in and throws a bullet for a touchdown.
19th touchdown pass of the season for Tompkins. David Castillo is on for the PAT, and he rams it through on a line drive, and it's 7-0. Stockbridge on top. 6-minute plus drive. Big, strong drive. Tompkins very impressive on this opening drive to lead the Tigers out to the early lead.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to be safe on every trip. Buckle up, Georgia.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
High school seniors, your Georgia Match letters have been mailed and the possibilities are endless. Visit your student dashboard on gafutures.org to see which of the 45 colleges and universities made your list and claim your spot today.
Over here.
Stockbridge with the 7-0 lead on Perry here in the 4A state championship game after a very impressive 15-play, 84-yard drive. Takes 6:09 off the clock. And Kobe Tompkins, to me, was the most impressive thing about that drive, Rusty. He rushes 3 times for 37 yards and 2 for 3 passing, 18 yards.
I love that last touchdown pass. Now listen, it started up front with his offensive line, but that thing had a little bit of something on it, and he hit his receiver out front. But I like him went through his progressions.
And remember, they took a 6-yard loss on the opening kickoff, and so they rebounded from that. And the kickoff going to be taken at the 6-yard line. Rodarius Lewis on the return, and Lewis up to the 30. And that's where Perry goes on offense, and our first chance to get a look at Coulter Ginn.
Going to show our age here. Gives you a little bit of that Steve Tannehill, old South Carolina, 6'4", hair coming out of the back. Look at that.
Golden.
That thing's got some bounce to it, man.
2,193 yards, 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Missed 3 parts of 4 games with a broken thumb.
Yeah.
Follow through on a pass, hit a helmet, so his numbers would have been even bigger than what you see right there had he not been hurt. Going to go to the air on the first play. And again, rolling to his right and throws a strike up to the 40-yard line. Dakari Anderson breaks free down the sideline. Foot race inside the 20. Anderson on the cutback down to the 1. Did he get in? They're going to rule him out at the 1. Dakari Anderson, the Cincinnati Bearcat commit, with a big play right off the bat.
Strike right there. Watch him leak that defender. Stay. Is he inbounds? I believe he is. Oh, man, they're going to take a look at that maybe.
You might want to challenge that. I know it's early for a challenge, but he was really close. Hold on, they might be looking at it upstairs.
Hey, it's all good. They did look at it.
Okay,
yep.
All good.
Good job.
Stayed in bounds. They got it at the 1. Now we might have a challenge. Thomas Clark might be throwing that challenge. He's got it in his back pocket.
He called a timeout.
Called a timeout.
So he might give him a little extra time to look at it.
Timeout. Stockbridge. That's their first charge timeout of the first half.
I believe they had 12 men on the field there.
And that's after they ran a guy off.
Let's take a look at this.
Take a look at the sideline. Replay view booth looked at it, said it was all good. And here's a good look at it yourself. You can't see right there because the coach was blocking your view. If he stepped out, it would have been there.
Yep.
And check the spot, too. I actually thought he should have been down inside the one, if not a touchdown.
Let's see here, right.
He's inbounds.
Good job.
He's inbounds.
Yeah, he's in.
Let it go all the way through. I want to see what happens at the goal line.
Because he goes over the pylon here.
Yeah.
Watch when he gets carried in, right?
And, I think he's down inside the one, and they have changed the spot.
Forearm to the inch line, yeah.
And good job by the replay booth. They have changed the spot from the 1 yard line prior to them looking at it to inside the 1 yard line. So they got it right. Great job.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm not going to be able to watch another high school game next year without replay. Can we get that inserted everywhere, Dr. Hines, before you head out? Can we just get every high school in Georgia with replay?
And here's one more look at it.
Watch a forearm, I believe. Right.
And his hand hits down. Now, see his hand hits down at the one. And that's where he contacts the ground for the first time off his feet. And that's where the ball is placed down. And the replay booth got it right. So here you go. Anderson, who just caught that pass and ran it down the field, takes the Wildcat and gets stung right there in the hole.
If you watch the formation, watch 73 offset. That tells you he's going to pull, and they run a counter in behind him. Watch 73 where he's lined up. See how he's behind the other guys? He tips you off that he's going to he's going to pull at least. They run a counter in behind him. Good job, Stockbridge, filling those lanes, filling that alley and stopping it there.
That was a huge tackle by Chase Taylor. He's got 13 offers, including Georgia Tech, Tennessee, and Florida State. To the outside, going to take a loss. Ahmad Gordon, their 1,700-yard rusher, takes a loss back at the 5-yard line.
And they go tall sweep right there. Nice job by Stockbridge, setting the edge, not letting them get pinned. One comes up the field. Good job there by the Stockbridge.
And that's the Marshall commit, Malik Coswell, who came up and made that tackle.
That's formation recognition. This is what they're going to do in the red zone.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and goal after they had it 1st and goal inside the 1.
Watch again here, sprinting out, give them a run pass option maybe.
See if they get back to the air. You're right. A couple of running plays and they lost yardage.
Saved a timeout there, but saved the delay of the game there. Called timeout.
Timeout, Perry. That's their first charge timeout of the first half.
Great call there, Rusty, because if you take that penalty, now you're facing 3rd and goal from the 10. What a job that Kevin Smith has done in his 7th season, 59 and 26. Longtime assistant. He was an assistant coach for 24 years. And he says people always ask him, why'd you wait so long to be a head coach? He said, I was training.
I was getting ready.
I was getting ready to be a head coach.
Getting ready.
His mentor, Conrad Nix, whose grandson, Bo, you might have heard of him.
Yeah.
Conrad Nix, of course, the legendary coach in Middle Georgia. He was on Conrad Nix's staff at Northside Warner Robins.
Without a doubt, he had the best Zoom backdrop of anyone we did.
He was ready to go. Said when he got to Perry, it was a toxic culture. He said it took 3 or 4 years for people to buy in and trust him. But it's clicked. They've won the last 3 region championships outside of this year where they got stopped and finished as a 2 seed. Again, going to throw complete and diving down inside the 1 right back where they started is Ahmad Gordon, and now it's going to be 4th down and goal inside the 1.
It's decision time here. This is something you know ahead of time. If they're going heavy set, 73 and 67 are all coming in, another extra tight end. They're going to go heavy here. Maybe this is the old, I call it the bush push. Tush push, whatever it's getting called. Yeah. The Eagles run. Let's see what they do here.
Going to go Wildcat with Dakari Anderson again taking the snaps. And Ahmad Gordon lined up next to him. High snap, going to give it to Gordon. Gordon's going to get it. Going to dive in for the score to make sure he got there. And it's 7-6.
Yeah, they go heavy right, jumbo package, whatever you want to call it. But they go basically unbalanced to the right with 2 oversized, I would say, tight ends in the backfield. Just moving bodies right there. Snap was a little high, but good job of getting it down, and nice answer for Perry.
All set up by the 69-yard pass from Ginn to Anderson. Most of it, Anderson sprinting down the sideline. And the PAT is up and good. And let's see if we're going to have to kick it again.
So
he gets options here. Is that right? He can take half the distance, or he can apply it to the kickoff. Is that the case, Dave? Dave Reynolds, our rules official, is here.
Encroachment on the defense. Penalties decline. We'll kick the try again.
So do they have the option of taking half the distance or applying to the kickoff?
Yeah, correct. No, so it's a dead ball penalty. So the kick never happened technically. So the option there was to decline it or accept it.
I got you. So they don't have the option of. So it's just
not like college where it's a
right.
live ball, high school dead ball.
Gotcha. So they'll line it up and try it again. Zach Peacock, the sophomore, on for the PAT, and he bangs it through. We're tied at 7. Well, an entertaining start to this game, Russ.
It's been an entertaining 4 games so far. You know what I mean? Everybody's answering drives. That's what you want to see.
All right, good job out there.
5 plays, 70 yards. Not quite the lengthy drive that Stockbridge put together the first time, but Ahmad Gordon all smiles over there on the sideline after scoring his 32nd touchdown of the season. I love looking at these numbers. We told you about Duke Scott, all the touchdowns he has. He's got 38 of them, and Ahmad Gordon's got 32 of them. Like to look at all those big rushing totals, too.
You don't get to game 15 without some stats. Now we get to see the game within the game. What adjustments did Perry make after they saw Stockbridge's offensive first series?
Going to angle the kick again. It's going to be fielded in the same spot, the 24 again. And he's going to spin in the middle, and Jaden Howard going to go down at the 27. So it's been effective.
Yes.
They lost 6 on their opening kick. That second kick return is only a 3-yard kick. So Perry executing the kick coverage. Let's check out things with Autumn Johnson down on the field.
Through Twitter, and I noticed something really cool. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal came right down the street to visit Stockbridge ahead of the championship game. He was at their practice. Coach Clark was able to orchestrate that and surprise them. But very cool moment. Shaq knew how important this was in history being made, so he made it an emphasis to be there and share one thing with the guys, and that was to finish the job. Back to you guys.
Big run by Duke Scott right up the middle down to the 47, crossing the 50, picks up 26 on the play.
You see the explosion, how quick he gets to 5th gear. One step, miss, runs through 2 arm tackles, and he's up the field. And that is what would concern me playing him. He can run through arm tackles.
Thomas Clark called him a once-in-a-lifetime player. Duke Scott again rambles down to the 43 as he gets 4 on the play. Let's call it 5 as the ball reaches the 42.
Early on, man, but I have been impressed with this Stockbridge offensive line. Pass protection, opening up some seams for these quarterback and running back.
Thomas Clark calls it the backbone of the team. They've got 5 or 6 assistants on the team who have been offensive line coaches in their career, including Coach Clark. So, yeah, it means something to them. That's what they've coached all along, and it shows with this team.
When you got size and the tight splits they have, they're trying to come off the ball. Watch him bounce off this first one. Look at that. Keeps his legs moving, runs low to the ground.
Yeah, love his style. Dave Doran and the NC State Wolfpack got themselves a good one.
They're hoping nobody else is watching this today.
3rd down and 1, ball at the 38.
Good job right there. Nice job.
Nobody would flip this late now, would they, Rusty? That doesn't happen, does it?
Let me show you my phone.
Yeah, it's the silly season. NASCAR, they got what they call the silly season. I think we're kind of in that silly season for college football recruiting right now.
Good job there. Try to go back outside zone again, and Perry just there getting upfield, getting penetration, gets a stop on Stockbridge.
So Stockbridge going to punt. Jordan Wilson standing on the other side of the 50 at his own 47. Jordan's got some hair too. Good kick. Let's see if they can keep it inside the 10-yard line and out of the end zone. That's a perfectly placed kick by Jordan Wilson as it rolls dead at the 4-yard line, pinning Perry deep. That's a 35-yard kick. All right, Rusty, let's take a look at the Breda Pest management keys to the game when the Perry Panthers have the ball.
Said be patient, take what the defense gives us. We can drive the ball, be confident, but you look at Stockbridge defense, they have to get the ball. They have to get pressure on Coulter again. And obviously Ahmad Gordon know where he is at all times, how he lines up. Similar to last night, know where DeMello Jones is at all times.
Man, we have seen some players in this state championship tournament, if you will. And we're only halfway through. Again, going to step up out of the end zone and now run for it. Oh, my goodness. Did he take a shot or what? At the 8-yard line. You talk about bringing the lumber. Jeffrey Smoot just dropped it on him.
And he bounces right up. You love to see that because he takes a shot. Watch him get up the field. I like he's climbing the pocket here in from the end zone. No panic there. Makes a move, but you want to learn to slide because he takes a shot right there. But I like this. Gets right back up, hands the ball to the official, goes to the next play. Starts some toughness out of this quarterback from Perry.
That's a 5'10", 220 dump truck that just hit you in the middle of the road. Again, eludes the rush, throws downfield. What a beautiful ball.
Let me tell you something.
To Colby Dixon, the tight end.
Let me tell you something. This kid's got different arm now. He layered that ball. He layered it right over that defensive back. Climbed. Watch him extend the play with his legs, eyes down the field the entire time. Look, no panic, not looking to rush. And watch him drop that ball perfectly for only his wide receiver to catch the ball. Nice play by Ginn.
That's a big one right there. 23 yards and a first down at the 32. Final play of the first quarter in all likelihood. Ball goes out there to Dakari Anderson again. This time they've got it measured, and that is going to be the final play, I think. Yep, we're down to zeros here in the first quarter.
That thing went by. That flew by.
And that is officially the end of the first quarter. What a fun first quarter we've had. Perry and Stockbridge tied at 7. Kobe Tompkins doing his thing for the Tigers. And Ahmad doing it for Perry.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Only in Cartersville, Bartow. 3 Smithsonian-affiliated museums, Barnsley Resort, and an authentic downtown full of unique restaurants and shops. The perfect destination for a memorable staycation, only in Cartersville, Bartow.
Half of the nation's opioid overdoses happen right at home because people don't understand the dangers of taking an Oxy or Perk with a glass of alcohol for stress or to sleep. Learn how to protect your family from opioid overdose at opioidresponse.info.
All right, what do you think, Jasper?
Honestly, I think that polyester shirt's affecting your game.
What?
I think cotton would have been a better choice.
Cotton?
Yeah, it's come a long way, you know. Nowadays, cotton breathes and makes moisture great. Plus, buying cotton means supporting Georgia farmers. I think that's wonderful.
Okay, sure, but what do you think about the putt?
Oh, guess really hadn't thought about it.
This is my family. Everyone on my team knows that we're going to fight, we're going to be relentless, we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to be determined to get a great result. Mabra Law.
Start of the second quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Stockbridge and Perry tied at 7 as we begin the second period, and night falling here in Atlanta. You see the Tigers players over there looking at the big screen, diagramming plays. We've come so far in football.
I'm so glad we didn't have that in high school because Lynn Honeycutt, many days I blamed it on somebody else, and I would get chewed out on Saturday morning. I would take it. I didn't want to take it after a series.
So Coulter Ginn 4 for 4, 100 yards passing in that first quarter as we start the second period. Matt Stewart, Rusty Mansell, Autumn Johnson with you. Ginn moves a little bit, fires a strike to Dakari Anderson at the 49-yard line.
The little thing about that throw right there, Matt, is he threw that away from the defender. He threw that to the left of him. Watch him, eyes down the field, progressions, goes to his next receiver, but he throws it away from that defensive back that's approaching. I'm telling you, this kid's impressive.
Colter Ginn transferred in before the season from Peach County after they had the coaching change, I should say. Marquise Westbrook went from Warner Robins to Peach. Ginn spins to his right, now rolls and throws a bullet, a dart, whatever you want to call it. First down at the 39-yard line as the ball goes to Colby Dixon for a second time in this game. Let's take a look at the Regions Bank starting lineup for the Tigers on defense. There's the aforementioned Cameron Reese. Dylan Manuel's got 7 offers. Chase Taylor's a 3-star linebacker. He's playing the nickelback position. There's a look at the linebacker, Smoot and Prince. And there's the aforementioned Chase Taylor playing that nickelback. It's going to be 1st and 10, ball at the 39-yard line. Again, all kinds of time, and another long throw. Man, that is that's monstrously long throw across the field and over the head of Anderson.
That's across the NFL hash. You know what I mean? The other side of the field to that sideline, and throws it to only where one person has a chance at it.
That was the first incompletion that Ginn has thrown in his first 7 attempts. Had 380 yards passing in their semifinal win over Stars Mill, 28-24, to get here to the state championship game. 2nd down, ball at the 39. Quick fire to the far sideline. That's a nice catch by Corey Pettigrew. Gets him in the mix. 41st catch of the season for Pettigrew.
That looks simple, but you don't realize how quick that ball's coming out and the heat on it for a high school quarterback. Zip, and that's easy 5 yards.
Pettigrew's been offered by Georgia Southern. They got a bunch of receivers with 30-plus catches on the season. 3rd down and 5. A little reminiscent of watching Prince Avenue last night in their great, prolific wide receiver corps, and the quarterback, of course, who set the state record.
Man, made national news.
3rd down and 5. Oh, and out of the hands at the 30-yard line. Went right back to Pettigrew. This time he couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be 4th down. Let's see what they do. Man, right in the breadbasket.
But you're right in the chest there.
I think you're in 4-down territory right here. Too close to punt. They're going to punt.
Yeah,
wow.
Punt. Yep.
They are going to punt
early.
Castor Engelbach is going to punt. He stands at the 49-yard line. 6'2", 215 sophomore. A little surprised they kick it here, aren't you?
It must feel good about him and what he can do inside this area, because he has a small window to put this one in.
Snap goes all the way back, and Engelbach end over end, and going to hit and be out.
Backspin on that one.
Good punt. Yep. I mean, did what he was supposed to do right there. We've seen 2 good kicks.
That tells you why they trusted him.
Yeah. Both punters have executed early in this game. And, of course, Kevin Smith, his mentor being Conrad Nix, you would expect they might be playing a field position game.
Yeah, and I'll say this about Coach here. I run MVP camps down in Valdosta every January, and for like 3 years in a row, they've bought like 25 kids to camp. And I keep saying, man, where are these Perry kids coming from? Now I know where they've been. They're in the state championship as juniors and seniors.
Well, Perry, up until Kevin Smith, had not had much success at all as a program, but they've had some great athletes come through the Perry program. And Tompkins wants to spin and fire. Oh my goodness. Another big hit, this time coming from Perry. And a flag comes out. I was surprised by that. We'll have to take another look at that, but that's a big hit by the aforementioned Maurice Hayes.
Yep. He had his receiver a little bit earlier, but he's left-handed, Matt, so he had to flip his hips to make this throw. Watch number 10 come across the screen. See 10, he's open there, but it takes him a second. He has to gather, and when he gathers and flips his hips, so that throw gives time for that defensive back to converge on him, and he laid the wood right there.
Personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
Okay, Dave, I'm going to put you on the spot. What was the personal foul?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the call right there on the field. Not targeting, but you heard the announcement. Personal foul. hitting on the defensive player.
Okay.
A rule change this year that a lot of fans are not going to like is that whole progression of safety. I like that call right there.
The thing I don't like about the defenseless receiver, and I get it, safety first, Tompkins back to pass, going to scramble up in the pocket and take a shot from Jordan Donald. These teams starting to swap some leather, but I want, just to finish my point, is it's such an ambiguous thing. It's hard. It's a subjective thing. To me, that's a bang-bang play. How is he defenseless?
Yeah, well, he's defenseless if he can't see the guy coming.
Okay.
Right, he's still in the air. He's trying to catch the pass. The way the defender can better handle that is try to wrap up.
Gotcha.
And that'll pull the flag off.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that in the Milton Colquitt County game, a penalty like that, and we were told it was defenseless because the guy that just hit and did not wrap up. So there you go. Great clarification. Thank you. That's why we have you up here, Dave, to keep me in check.
I want Dave, and I want instant replay next year for all my games. I'm locking it in right now.
So Dave gets a gold star here in the first half for keeping me in line.
I got to make him a profile, on-3 profile. He earned it.
Look at Devin Smoot, big season for Smoot, 78 tackles, 5 TFL, couple of interceptions. Playing that strong safety position, been offered by Indiana and Georgia Southern. 3rd down and 9 here for Stockbridge. The punt inside the 15-yard line, getting ready to pay off for the Panthers if they can get a stop here. Far side, long throw, and broken up. Incomplete, trying to get the ball to Ryan Johnson out there. Tavares Simmons, the cornerback, on the coverage. It's 4th down, and so punting works out for Perry.
I like the coverage here. Stays in phase. Watch him turn back here at the end. See him try to find the ball? That's perfect coverage. Stay in phase, make an effort to turn around and find the ball, and you won't have to get that call.
So 4th down 9, and the Tigers punting. Jordan Wilson had a great punt his first time. And this one, they got a piece of that.
Yep.
Wobbles off the right side of his foot, bouncing backwards. Perry going to pick it up at the 25. Return opportunity, and Simmons all the way down to the 10. Panthers get pressure on the punter, turn it into a big block punt, and return to the 10-yard line.
Man, they came after this one, Matt. Whatever they saw on tape, they weren't going to let it go this time. They felt like this was their opportunity on this end of the field.
I thought he was a little slow.
He took an extra step, too. Yep, he took an extra step.
They didn't touch it. It was just off the side of his foot.
Yep.
They did not block it.
Rushed him.
He just went off the side of his foot. It was not blocked. And so Perry has it at the 10-yard line. Let's see if the Panthers can cash in after forcing the punter into hurrying his kick and kicking it, shanking it bad. And a timeout's been called by the Tigers.
You know, and let's be honest.
Stockbridge.
Things ramp up inside the bins in the state championship. A little bit of nerves here and there.
We'll step aside as the Tigers take a TO.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Cigna Healthcare. Cigna Healthcare is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna Healthcare's mission is to improve the health and vitality of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being. DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is all about Georgians standing together for substance misuse prevention. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at GARedribbon.org.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Georgia. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the GHSA.
Yeah. I don't know about the TV, but the burgers are ready. Yeah. Woo.
Back at the Bend, Stockbridge and Perry tied at 7, just under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's a look at Perry's road to the finals. Burke County in the first round, then a battle with Bainbridge in the second. Quarterfinals, they beat Stevenson and Stars Mill. They got them in the semifinals. And so first down and the ball at the 9-yard line. So first and goal at the 9. Again, rolling to his right, got time throwing, and nearly intercepted at the 2-yard line. Great job by Malik Caswell to jump the route, nearly got the pick.
He undercut that, tried to run a little out there at the goal line. Again, tries to fit this in too much of a tight window. Nice coverage there. He's on the goal line. Good job there by Stockbridge defense.
Committed to Marshall over 6 other offers. Highest ranking, 24 on 3, 3-star safety. Second down and goal from the 9-yard line.
He's got it.
Got his man open and missed him.
Man, he waited a little bit too long right there. Had his
big tight end, Donovan Funch.
Yeah, he knows he missed one right there. Had him stacked. He was running in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Donovan Funch, he's been offered by the Citadel, Austin P, and Mercer. Big number 21, 6'6", 250. He might be an offensive lineman, or he might end up just being a long snapper.
Yeah, you want to get it to the big man a little bit early. He's not going to stride out on you. You know, just missed that one.
Third down and goal. See if Stockbridge can get a stop, force him into a field goal attempt right here. That would be big. In the middle and through the hands of Pettigrew. Might have been tipped by Tre'Vavian Davis, the cornerback, and it's going to be fourth down.
Nice job there to hold him to this field goal attempt.
See if Tre'Vavian Davis gets a hand on it. I think he does, yes.
Nice job.
Denied the touchdown right there at the 1-yard line. So again, after starting 6 for 6, is 1 for his last 6. And Peacock is on for a 26-yard kick from the left hash. They get the placement down, and the kick is chipped up there, and it is good. So Zach Peacock with the 26-yard field goal gives Perry the lead. It's 10-7, but also a win for Stockbridge right there after the shank punt, not giving up 7.
Yes. Able to just hold them to 3 there. A lot of momentum off that punt mishap. See coach there trying to.
I don't want to get on coach's bad side here. He looks like he's snarling right now.
Let me tell you something. When a coach wears a stopwatch, you listen to him. You know what I mean? It's just something about that. My man's got 2 of them on and a whistle.
And a whistle. I was getting ready to say, now does he have the combo? Does he have the stopwatch combo whistle? You know he's all business when he shows up with the stopwatch and combo whistle.
How proud was he of his team on our Zoom with him?
Oh my gosh. Just put a bow on the story that Autumn was telling earlier about Shaq visiting team on the return up to the 30-yard line. And then ball comes out after the play had been blown dead. But the thing that Coach Clark said he was most proud of, thrilled, of course, that Shaq shows up as you naturally would be. The kids were thrilled. What he was really happy about, though, was the kids were locked in and went out and had a great practice that day after Shaq-a-Roni showed up at their school to visit the team.
I can't tell you how many people I come across in the media world that talk about how good a person Shaq is and some of the things he does, but just take an afternoon to go see a high school football team.
No doubt. Went down there with Sheriff Scandrett to meet the team. Big time for Stockbridge, first Henry County team ever to get to the state finals. Duke Scott nearly broke one right there, got tripped up and falls forward. 6-yard gain to the 36.
I'll tell you, this is a shoestring tackle right here. If he doesn't get him to the ground, we might be kicking an extra point right now.
Second down and 4. Ball at the 36. 113 on the ground, 18 through the air for the Tigers so far. Tompkins, wide throw out there, complete up to the 44-yard line. They'll get a first down with that throw right there. Goes to Jordan Mack.
When he throws to his left side and he's able to gather and throw, he has something different on it. Even though that was a little bit wobbly, he was able to get it out to his guy in space.
Like what I've seen from Tompkins, but not a lot of running. He had 3 carries and big ones to convert to third downs to first downs on that opening drive. Been a little bit quiet since then. Duke Scott gets the run, not going anywhere. He gets stood up right there at the line of scrimmage by Trevor Hansen again.
Yeah, Hansen's been their guy right now inside. Junior defensive lineman. Look at him just shed that block, stay parallel, get back upfield. A lot of bouncing around in there, a lot of helmet on helmet, but 90's holding his gap and getting up the field for some tackles.
3 tackles, tackle and a half for loss in this game already. Tompkins fires underneath, tipped up in the air, nearly intercepted at the 50-yard line. Trying to get the ball to Ryan Johnson right there, and he popped it up in the air and nearly gave Perry a pick.
Man, Perry has got some good-looking dudes in the secondary.
They got dudes,
they are long. I don't know what there's a bunch of college coaches standing on the sidelines over there, and I guarantee you they're like, wait a minute, where's Perry Georgia at?
Devon Smoot right there, like we said, offered by Indiana and Georgia Southern. He's just a junior, too. So he's just getting started in the recruiting process. This spring will be a big one for him.
They're coming.
3rd down and 10. Tompkins fires into a tight spot, incomplete, going to the tight end, Tyler Tucker. And Travaris Simmons. Man, that's a bold move there by Travaris Simmons. He's 134 on the roster. Tyler Tucker is 245. And he took him on right there and might have held him, might have had the arm on the back, might have been pass interference, but he gets away with it.
Yeah, Perry brings pressure there, so it puts him in man-to-man out on the edge, and Stockbridge unable to convert right there.
Let's see if Jordan Wilson speeds it up a little bit. He does this time, but again, a bad punt. Goes straight up into the air. 2nd consecutive bad punt. Yeah, so they spooked him a little bit on that last one, and this time he rushes it. The last time we said he took too long to punt. This time he rushed it. That's a negative 2-yard punt.
Yep, and coach is going to talk to him right now. Relax, calm down.
See, watch, he rushes it.
Yep, kicked it straight up.
He was afraid that, they're going to get in there and block it, and he rushed the kick. Tough times for that young man right now. Hopefully he can rebound from that. His teammates can pick him up. 1st and 10 for Perry at the 44-yard line. Play action.
Got him.
Again. Man flashes open. And what a catch. Sports Center top 10 nominee right there. Spectacular catch by Rodarius Lewis. 31 yards on the play. Wow.
Uh-oh.
You think
they're going to replay. So they've got a white hat on the field. They're going to take a look at it from the booth.
The previous play, a completed catch, is under video review.
I thought he had control of it.
Yeah,
we'll take another look at it.
Yep. Let's see where it's going to be where he lands with it,
okay.
Right?
The ball is, it's on the ground.
It's going to be incomplete.
It's coming back.
Yep.
Well, we can forget about that SC top 10 nominee.
Let's see where the ball.
It's a great effort, though.
Right here.
The ball's on the ground. Yep. Ball's on the ground. The ground helped him catch it, which you can't allow, and this ball is going to come back. Great effort by Rodarius Lewis, no doubt, though. But what I love about this, and of course you and I have worked many state championship games.
Yep.
What I love about this is the whole crowd sees it. Now they can get the call right. In the past, it was like everybody's sitting there grumbling about they missed the call and this, and they're going to get it right.
In the past, it'd be first down right now.
Yeah.
From the 14.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And all the Stockbridge fans are going to be grumbling. Oh, he didn't catch it. The ball hit the ground. And the replay just gives you a chance, and the officials, I think, are doing a spectacular, wonderful job of using replay as a tool to help them. It's not to point out missed calls. It's a tool to help them.
No doubt. Oh yeah, it's much needed. Much needed.
And you're going to see the ball, tip of the ball.
Watch the point of the ball right there. Yep.
So if the officials are looking at what we're looking at, my guess is the play comes back.
Good job by the booth to buzz down and stop that one and take an extra look.
And that was our spectacular cameraman, Daryl Miller, with the tight angle camera work there to show you that nose cone of the ball hitting the football. And there he is in the background behind Coach Smith. One of the best in the business. Known Daryl. Worked with Daryl for 25 years. You couldn't ask for a better sideline cameraman.
After video review, the ruling is an incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10-yard line, 10 yards to go from the 44-yard line.
Got it right.
Yep.
I mean, we have said that this entire state tournament, and I'm going to call it that. It's not officially, but when you got 8 games in 3 days, I call that a tournament. They've gotten it right.
It's a bracket to get here, so that's a tournament. Yeah, they got that call right.
So erases the 31-yard reception by Rodarius Lewis. So now it's second down and 10. What has Stockbridge been able to do? Because Ginn was 6 for 6 to start the game, but now he's 2 for 8 since.
Well, he had a drop, and then he's trying to throw a couple of balls in some tight windows that just weren't complete. That ball there, I think he was open. I said, had a guy there running up the seam. So just a little bit off here the last couple of throws.
132 total yards for Perry, 138 for Stockbridge, 131 at the 132 for Perry through the air, 112 at the 138 for Stockbridge on the ground. Second down and 10. Ginn going to air it out again, coming near sideline, and nearly intercepted. They're going right back to Rodarius Lewis right there. Into double coverage he threw, and Malik Caswell nearly had the pick.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit underthrown. Great protection right here because Stockbridge brings a 6th defender. That ball wobbled on him. See that?
Yep.
You want to turn that thing loose and cause that ball to float. Good job by Stockbridge. Longer it's in the air, that speed, they're going to get there.
And Terrence Penniman, his teammate, actually knocked the ball out of his hands and kept him from getting the pick. So Perry can send him a Christmas card. Caswell, 57 tackles on the season. It's third down and 10. Heavy rush, quarterback sack back on the other side of the 50. And Dylan Manuel makes his presence known with a QBS.
Gave that big Ward Sapp dance afterwards as well. Blows up the middle there. Nice play by 99.
Dylan Manuel, 6'1", 275, senior, 7 offers, including Alabama State, Tennessee Tech, and Charleston Southern. 83 tackles on the season, 10 sacks, 26 TFL. Got his first chance to feed today. Sailing kick taken at the 21 on a fair catch.
Stockbridge survives another bad punt defensively.
Yep, they've done a good job. They picked him up. That's what I said,
Yep.
They picked him up the first time. They picked him up the second time. Let's take a look at the Stockbridge resume presented by DBH DD. First ever trip to the finals, back-to-back region titles, 7 all-time. Coach Kevin Whitley, their all-time winningest coach, 99 and 28. No region titles from 64 to 2011. Made the playoffs in 14 of the last 16 seasons. Scott on the run outside to the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Big run for Duke Scott.
We have a flag down. Yeah, we got a flag down. Yeah, we got holding on 7 there. You're going to see the hold. That's what they call.
Erases a 34-yard run by Duke Scott.
Anytime you're out in space.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll be
watch 7 for Perry. Watch his jersey right here. See that jersey getting pulled?
Yep.
Anytime you see that jersey stretched in space, you're going to get called every time.
Jordan Mack, the running back, was the offender on the play. There's a good look at it right there.
See that jersey?
Can't hide from the camera. Camera sees everything.
See that? He got his money's worth.
Unfortunately, the payment was a 34-yard loss.
Yep.
So the ball now at the 23, spot of the foul penalty. So it's not 1st and 10. It's going to be 1st and 7. 5.5 to play, opening half. Scott looking for somewhere to run to. Finds a lane. Still on his feet. Wow. Love to watch the big running back.
He is so patient.
Get his motor going.
So patient. So patient. Looks like there's nowhere to go. They just run outside zone. Look, they're setting the edge. Look at him set defenders up. Give him a second. Hits the crease. Almost bust that one.
Great vision, fast, explosive. They challenged him before that Benedictine game. Said, "Look, man, we're going to put the team on your shoulders. You got to carry us," and he did. Gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Talking about Stockbridge's resume a few minutes ago, man, that team Whitley had with Brenton Cox and Marquise Ezra and those guys.
Man, they got close. I mean,
they lost to Rome, the defending state champ.
He got him close.
Year.
He really did. He got him close a bunch of times there in the 2010s. They just couldn't get over the hump. And his assistant coach, who's now the head coach, Thomas Clark, was the guy that got him over the hump. Tompkins dumps it off to his tight end. And Tompkins going to go down at the 48. Submarine tackle right there by Trajan Day, the free safety.
He didn't mess around and try to tackle him high, did he? He wanted no part of that.
Where did all these big tight ends come from, Rusty? I mean, Tyler Tucker's 6'4". That's what I'm talking about.
State, yeah.
He's 6'4", 245.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the state is tight end U. 3rd down and 3. Maybe has something to do with those Georgia Bulldogs, what they've been able to do with the position. Tompkins going to run out of bounds. But we joked about it on GPB all year. Every week we had a new, this is the top tight end in the country, because there's 4 different ranking services, and I think every one of them has a different number 1.
Y'all going to have one tomorrow night, and you're going to touch on it by Hunter Till at Walton.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, he just gets open, man.
You know, and he had to scrap and claw just to get his little 3 stars.
No doubt.
He's one of the most productive tight ends in the country.
Man, he just finds a way.
When they beat Camden County in the semifinals, a big thank you note from Coach Daniel Bruner to Hunter Teal, because things got a little off kilter there for Hecklinski in that game. He threw back-to-back picks. He'd only thrown 1 the whole season.
Yeah.
And then he went to his BFF and his safety blanket.
Security blanket.
Yeah, his security blanket, Hunter Teal, and they pulled out the victory. And they'll be playing tomorrow night against Milton.
Y'all going to have a good one with that to end this thing.
So total yards for Stockbridge there. Starting to move the ball again after a great opening drive. And Scott falls forward, finds a way to get a couple of yards on the play. That was Trajan Day again, making the same kind of tackle on Scott that he made on Tucker a few moments ago.
You just kind of get that feeling, Matt, that he may pop one in a second.
Oh, yeah. See Trajan Day, 83 tackles on the season, 3 TFL.
Look how long these guys are.
He's 6'1", 170. Coach Clark says he has no regard for his body, just runs 100 miles an hour everything he does. It's third down. It's big third down right here. 3rd and 7, under 3 minutes to play in the half. Tompkins throws behind his man, and it's going to be 4th down.
We got a guy had a busted coverage. You got a guy running right down the sideline at the top of the screen for a touchdown. Just missed him. Perry certainly will have to go back and look at that because they had a busted coverage. Nobody within 25 yards of the Stockbridge wide receiver.
I think they're in 4-down territory here. They're going for it on 4th and 7. Perry up 10-7 late in the first half. Tompkins 4 of 9 passing, 33 yards and a touchdown. 6 carries, 50 yards. Pockets breaking down. Now he's running. Can he get to the sticks? Not that way. He can't. Throws in the middle, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. What an incredible job of improvisation by Kobe Tompkins to run, stop, and pop and get the first down.
This extends a play. Eyes down the field. It just throws one in a very small window on 4th and 7.
And how about Jordan Mack? You saw on the replay, he was jumping up and down saying, here I am,
yes.
here I am.
Yes.
And Tompkins, who was running and looking downfield at the same time, spotted him for the big first down throw. And another smothering tackle by Cassius Williams.
Man, what a play by Tompkins.
That's 4 TFL for the Perry Panthers in this game. 2nd down and 11. Kobe Tompkins, a senior at 195, actually came in at 200 as a sophomore. He's leaned down in the weight room. Going for the home run. Touchdown, Stockbridge. Jaden Howard, his 2nd touchdown reception of the game. And the Tigers on top, 13-10.
You want to talk about dropping one in a bucket? What a throw by Tompkins. Turns back around. Watch where this ball lands. Bam, right in the hands. Touchdown.
The athleticism that we have seen in this game. Wow, what a catch by Jaden Howard.
Love the play call.
And the kick nicks the upright and goes through. And it's 14-10. So Stockbridge, 11 plays, 78 yards on your Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign scoring drive, and 4 minutes off the clock, and they climb back into the lead with 1:43 to play in the half.
Fourth and 7 conversion. And a play made by Tompkins extending the play. Completes a ball into that tight window. Allows Stockbridge to take the lead late in the half.
All right, we'll play the uniform game. You and I always like to do this. So we obviously got the Miami Hurricanes over here, right?
That's definitely Miami Hurricanes.
We got Miami Hurricanes, or it could be FAMU, but probably the Miami Hurricanes, right?
Yep.
And then what?
We kind of got that Iowa State night game look.
Or I was gonna, or I think the Pittsburgh Steelers got like an old throwback kind of uniform here.
What they got the stripe in the middle of the helmet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the Iowa State blackout.
No,
game.
that's a good call. Good call.
Got an offsides here on Stockbridge.
Make them kick it again.
Yep.
Encroachment on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Will re-kick.
That'll back it up to the 35-yard line. Stockbridge on top here. First ever state championship game for both of these teams. Amazingly, 130 years of combined football in these two programs, and making it to the state championship game on the same day against each other. Amazing. Perry went 70 years. That was the state record. 70 years before they ever got to the state championship game. And Stockbridge not far behind. This is their 60th year, and they finally get there here in year number 60. Perry right down I-75 in Houston County, Stockbridge in Henry County. And the kick taken at the 16-yard line. And the ball comes out, and it's still out. It is scooped up. Are you kidding me? Does he have the gas to get to the end zone? He does. Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Gashawn Hurd, a senior linebacker on the kick return team, finds himself an unlikely hero. About the 35, I was wondering if he had enough gas in the tank. What a crazy play.
45 Stockbridge, nice strip to start the play.
The play is being looked at. And look, and right there he started. Oh my gosh, am I going to make it? And he did.
Let me tell you something. You want to talk about a lifetime memory?
All right, got to bring Dave Reynolds in here. Was anything illegal about that play? It was crazy as heck.
Was recovered by Perry in advance for a touchdown.
I mean, that was a nutty play. Anything illegal happened there?
No, sir. Okay. Absolutely great football play. Nice job.
Ethan Crumley from Stockbridge is the one that strips the ball. They're unable to cover it. And wow.
And Perry on top 16-14, trying to make it 17, and they do. That's a great job by the holder right there. That thing was a little bit off center, and the holder, Cullen McDaniel, the backup quarterback, was able to get it up there on the tee and kick it through.
Special teams, man.
I had to ask Dave because I figured
watch 45.
Something wrong went but it didn't.
Watch 45 here. Punch it right there. His right hand.
And then Hurd, he's like, man, that's a football. And there's nobody in front of me.
Do you think in his wildest dreams on that bus ride up today, he's thinking, I'm about to score a touchdown in the state championship game?
No way.
No happier mother in America right now than his mother.
My baby on TV.
And a touchdown.
I love it. 17-14 Perry. Kick coming down at the 6. They fight for it. And the return kind of tippy-toed in there. And that's never a good thing as Mack gets stopped at the 14-yard line. He's walking a little wobbly there as he makes his way to the sideline. Got bent up a little bit on that tackle.
Yep.
So officially that goes in the books as a 52-yard fumble recovery return.
It's 52 today, and about 10 years from now it'll be 72.
That is something else.
What a memory for that young man.
Crazy play.
Wow.
Highlight. I mean, it's highlight enough just to get to the state championship game, much less score on a crazy play like that. Pass is thrown complete at the 27-yard line. Pinckney buries Ryan Johnson after he makes the grab. I mean, Stockbridge, I mean, that's just a punch in the gut. You just scored a touchdown. You got the lead. Now you got the ball bouncing around. We're going to recover a fumble. We're going to have the ball again.
A forced fumble.
Yeah, exactly. You punched it out. You forced a turnover. We're going to get the ball back, maybe score again. And the next thing you know, Gashawn Hurd, number 50, he's wearing number 50, picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown.
Got to survive it. Got to survive that play. But that's one of the things that Coach Clark, I'm sure, had zero thoughts about this week, was giving up a fumble return for a touchdown.
2nd and 7. Tompkins comes over here to the near side.
Working the sidelines here.
Catch made by Jaden Howard. He already has 2 touchdown catches in this game. Did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. Stockbridge does have 1 timeout remaining as the clock winds down to 20 seconds to play in the half. Tompkins, pump fake, scramble out to his left, points downfield, heaves it down there, and it's going to be caught. Yes, it will count at the 43 as Johnson makes the catch, steps out of bounds backwards. Now 6 seconds. You got time to throw it towards the end zone here. Yes, remember, Perry will get the second half kickoff because they won the toss and deferred to start the game.
And that's what really makes it worse, because you're about to steal a possession.
Yeah.
You're about to steal a possession off of a touchdown. Trips to the top. Got one-on-one, maybe to bottom.
Tompkins wiggles out of the pressure. Throws incomplete. That's the end of the half. Wow, what a crazy half. I mean, the hits just keep on coming here at the Benz. This is our 4th tackle football game out of 8. And every one of them just keeps getting better.
Has not disappointed being back in the Benz. The crowd's huge, man. I got a text from a buddy. He said, hey, there can't be one person left in Thomasville, because Thomas County Central is 10,000 deep in the parking lot right now.
Well, when we talked to Justin Rogers on Friday, they already had 7 loaded up buses.
7.
And that was Friday, and now it's Tuesday. So imagine how many buses they brought up from darn near the Florida state line. Time now for our halftime interview. It is brought to you by Johnny's New York Style Pizza, your original neighborhood pizzeria.
Well, Coach Smith, you wanted the game to come to you, the heroics of her to get the ball returned and right into the touchdown zone. What did you like about the first half?
Man, I thought our guys played hard. We made some plays, and then we didn't make some plays, but we're right where we want to be. Get the ball coming out at halftime, up score.
What are you going to tell your team in the locker room right now?
I'm going to tell them we're going to play the next play. Don't worry about the outcome of the game. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. We're going to play the next play.
I love it. Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in the next half.
Thank you.
On the other side of this break, we're going to catch up with Hannah and John for our halftime report.
At TELUS Science Museum, the magic of discovery is larger than life. With tons of interactive exhibits and stunning visuals, come experience the magic of TELUS.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is all about Georgians standing together for substance misuse prevention. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
I've been checking food labels for years. I like to buy local, and I like to buy healthy for my family. So I started checking the labels on our clothes, too. Did you know synthetic fibers like polyester are pretty much made of oil? No thanks. I look for cotton now, which grows right here in Georgia, a major source of the world's cotton. Cotton is natural, renewable, sustainable, and buying cotton supports Georgia farmers. Good enough for me and my family.
Over here.
Hart EMC and 33 other participating Georgia Electric membership cooperatives congratulate Hart County High School on winning the GHSA Cooperative Spirit Sportsmanship Award. This award honors schools that exhibit exemplary sportsmanship during competitive events. Only one school in each region, in each classification, is chosen to receive this annual award. The GHSA takes into consideration all aspects of sportsmanship, making the award a tribute to the entire community.
Hart EMC is just so proud to offer this award. It just, for all the students, the athletes, the staff, and the community of Hart County all together, they just show great sportsmanship on and off all the fields, and we're just so pleased to offer this award to them.
Introduced in 2006, this award reinforces the GHSA's philosophy that everyone associated with high school activities, from athletes to spectators, should adhere to the fundamental values it represents.
we firmly believe here that, you win with class, you lose with class, and just something we do to exemplify what we expect to be a Bulldog and to have heart, which is something we utilize. And so just something that is very rewarding when you get recognized for it and when your peers within your region decide that, hey, you earned it.
Earning the Sportsmanship Award means a lot to the team. It's such an honor. We prioritize being a good person, being a good teammate on and off the field, and we're very thankful for our community choosing us for this award.
Georgia's EMCs and the 34 participating Georgia Electric membership cooperatives are proud to sponsor the Cooperative Spirit Sportsmanship Award. Congratulations to the Hart County community.
Welcome to the Football Fridays in Georgia halftime show presented by Regions. Get back in the game with the Regions Bank. That's John Nelson. I'm Hannah Good, and we're live from Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 2023 GHSA Boys and Girls Championships. It is halftime of the Quad A matchup between Perry and Stockbridge. Both of these teams playing in the finals for the first time ever. Let's take a look at what happened so far. Georgia's EMC scoreboard, Georgia's EMC, so much more than electricity.
Big play for Perry on the kickoff return off the loose ball. Runs from one end of the screen to the other. 17-14, the passing game from Stockbridge. Getting to Perry's defense. Great clash of styles, and we're seeing how Perry's defense and special teams are helping out that offense. Stockbridge's defense keeping the Perry passing game in check, but the Panthers a 3-point lead at the break.
Momentum shifts. This has been such a good game. There are 5 players committed to D1 colleges. We have seen them in action, but what about the players
All right, here
that
we
are
go.
overlooked when it comes to recruiting all season long?
Time to make that kid an offer.
This week, we start with Carver Atlanta senior defensive end and outside linebacker Jamontez Hines. He has an impressive tally of 27 total sacks and 7 so far this season. According to head coach Darren Miles, he's proven to be a relentless force in disrupting opposing defenses. In 2022, he was named the Team Defensive Lineman of the Year and second team All-Region. Someone make him an offer. Next up is Cherokee Bluff's senior tight end and defensive end, Ryan Graves. After 19 months of recovering from multiple injuries, he's back for his senior year. In his first 4 games, he's had 4 catches for 115 yards, 11 pancake blocks, and 22 tackles with 3 tackles for loss. He has one offer, but definitely needs some more. And North Hall senior quarterback Tanner Marsh needs an offer. He's averaging 213 yards on 72% completion this season and 69 yards per game on the ground. He also has 11 TDs as a dual threat quarterback and in the Trojans record book. Hopefully the offers start rolling in for these kids very soon. We will be keeping you up to date on our early National Signing Day show, which is Wednesday, December 20th at 8 o'clock p.m. It'll be streaming live on all the GPB sports platforms, including gpb.org/sports, all of the social media. It'll be with John and Matt. We're looking forward to that one, John.
No doubt about it, and it's the beginning of where everybody goes because of the portal being in effect through January 4. Signing Day, portal affects signing day. Signing day affects portal. Portal affects signing day in February. So it's a big trickle-down effect. We get to see stage 2 next Wednesday night.
We have to take a quick break, but you're really going to want to stay with us. We have a special treat. 4A is next, and we have the coaches that are going to join us on set. Stick and stay.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Cigna Healthcare. Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Georgia's EMCs. So much more than electricity.
As morning light signals the start of business, Georgia's electric membership cooperatives are right there with you. Georgia's EMCs are a partner in economic development, serving commercial accounts big and small that drive Georgia's economy. From leading industries we rely on to local shops we treasure, we support operations on the ground, care around the clock, and growth through the seasons, lighting up good business. So business is good. Georgia's EMCs, so much more than electricity.
The GHSA football playoffs and championships are brought to you by Alpha Insurance. We're more than just an insurance company. We're a part of your community.
What you doing? Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road. Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
Welcome back to the Regions halftime show. Following the 4A matchup will be the 6A matchup between Thomas County Central and Woodward. And as promised, we have both head coaches here. Thomas County Central head coach Justin Rogers, and we have Woodward head coach John Hunt. Thank you both so much for taking the time to be with us today.
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Coach Rogers, I'll start with you because you're closer to me.
All right.
It is your first time, the team's first time back since 2002. How does it feel, and how does it feel to be in the Benz?
No, it feels great. I mean, the community is buzzing, pun intended, and so that's just so exciting and everything. We've got such a tight-knit community, and then being back in a venue like that, I mean, it's one of the best venues in the nation. And so we've got it right here in our state. So being able to play in this venue is a huge honor to these young men.
We're excited you're here.
So I'll ask you the same question. It's only a 15 to 20-minute ride for Woodward Academy to get here. You had a great escort to get you here. What's it like for Woodward to be in the last game of the year?
Oh, trust me, we're incredibly excited about this. You know, like I said, that 20-minute drive was short. Our pathway here during this playoff was long and difficult. But, you know, our kids found a way to fight through it and had some resiliency, and here we are on this stage. So we couldn't be more excited.
Coach Rogers, your trip was not 20 minutes. What was the travel like, and what was it? Just how did you get the team over here?
Yeah, well, we've had long roads for a while now,
Yes.
you know. So we kind of got routine and stayed in the same team hotel as last week. So came up the night before, stayed over by the airport, stayed over there by Woodward, right,
Nice.
over there by the airport, and then made that drive in today. Traffic was a little bit busier than Thomasville, but we made it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, the idea of playing a couple days past the Friday, you have those extra couple of days to prepare. You dug that because you're the OC and you want that kind of extra time to sit there and look at things, yeah?
Oh, no question. I was asked many times, how about Friday or Tuesday? Tuesday I'll take every day because it helps me for multiple reasons. One, our team was beat up. A few more days to help us get healthy was huge. Also, I'm coordinating, so if I'm trying to coordinate offense and then do the logistical stuff with this, I've been pulling my hair out of things. So I was so thankful we're playing on Tuesday, and if being back in the Benz here for the championship game on Tuesday is fantastic.
What you've both been able to do is so impressive, and you in only 2 years at TCC. For both of you, this is a unique situation where you have two coaches going against each other on set. How did you prepare for each other? What did you see on film out of them?
A lot of talent. Colleges did too, apparently, because they've offered them.
Yeah.
So a lot of great players. He does a great job. Coach does of mixing up a lot of shifts, motions, a lot of eye candy, try to get you undisciplined on there, and then defensively just incredibly sound. Great run fits, everything like that. Now I'm wishing we'd have played on Friday after listening to it.
Less time for you to prepare.
I know.
So what have you and your staff seen in Thomas County Central?
Well, right away, obviously, I think it's going to be an incredible defensive battle. Their defense might be the top defense in the state 6A. They're phenomenal. I've never seen a defense have so many negative plays and put a defense in, third and 10 plus than this team right here. We think we got a pretty sporty defense as well. So that's our defense, how we got here. So we're going to try to hang in there and somehow make a play through, at the end there.
Coach Hunt, Coach Rogers, thank you for the time. We're going to let you guys get off set and get ready for the game.
Because they're kind of busy.
They're a little bit busy. Again, that'll be the 6A matchup between Thomas County Central and Woodward following the 4A game. We have to take a quick break, but there is more from the Regions halftime show right after this.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Regions Bank. Get back in the game with Regions Bank.
At Regions Bank, we're here to listen to your needs, and we'll customize a plan to help you reach your financial goals. Our service to Georgia goes beyond banking to creating more inclusive prosperity in our communities. From education to financial wellness to economic development, we're working to level the playing field so more people can succeed and our communities can thrive.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Kennesaw State University.
Only in Cartersville, Bartow. 3 Smithsonian-affiliated museums, Barnsley Resort, and an authentic downtown full of unique restaurants and shops. The perfect destination for a memorable staycation, only in Cartersville, Bartow.
Oh, could you give me a soda there?
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt. I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Welcome back to the Regions Halftime Show. We're at the break of the 4A matchup between Perry and Stockbridge. Both of these teams playing in the final game of the year for the first time ever, John.
Yeah, and one of the stats that we kind of stumbled across here as we were doing our prep for this, Stockbridge is a high school, opened in 1964. From 1964 until 2010, they only appeared in the playoffs one time, and they did not win their first region title ever in school history until 2012 under Kevin Whitley, and it was the start with Witt and Steve Boyd, and now with what you're seeing with Coach Clark. Say Coach Clark 10 times fast. What we're seeing with Stockbridge has been a great resurgence here in the last dozen years or so.
Yes, they have been doing a really good job, and we're so happy to see both of these teams here, and the second half is going to be
no doubt about
a really fun one. Well, it's time to highlight a fellow 4A football player on the Georgia Player Spotlight, brought to you by You Save It Pharmacy. And today we're going to highlight Cairo senior athlete Jeremiah Williams. Not only is he a leader on and off the field, he's a great defensive player. Let's take a look at his story.
Jeremiah's been a good football player for us. He's very intelligent on the football field, and he displays leadership.
He is always prepared each and every day because of how he handles himself in the film room.
I like to hit, you know what I'm saying, the physicality, the mentality you bring to the position. Playing linebacker is like a quarterback for the defense, so that's what I like.
Congratulations to Jeremiah for all of his success, and thank you to You Save It Pharmacy for another great player feature. Well, today is day 2. We have one more day of action, but let's take a look at what has happened so far on Georgia's EMC scoreboard. Georgia's EMC is so much more than electricity. This morning at 11 a.m. it was the Flag Football Division II matchup. John, Greenbrier making some school history.
First ever title for them in flag. Congratulations to the Wolfpack. Lithia Springs making it to the last game of the year. They end up runner-up in D2 this year.
Final score 14-6 in that one. Then at 1 o'clock it was the AA boys' turn.
Is that game over?
AAA, John.
I mean, it was a fantastic work in AA with Rockmart and Pierce County, 2 of the toughest regions in the state. They played forever. And that's why 3 overtimes ties the record for most overtimes in a championship game.
And by AAA, I meant
triple overtime.
3 OTs.
What day is it? What time is it? And then here we are. We are at halftime of the Quad A matchup. Perry versus Stockbridge, John.
No doubt about it. Once again, will we see the big plays that we saw in the first half, or will the defenses tighten up? That's the question as we get ready for the second half here under the big top.
What show number is this?
11 billion.
Thanks for watching the Regions Halftime Show. That's John Nelson. I'm Hannah Gooden. We will see you following the conclusion of this one. Thanks for watching.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
And welcome back to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just about set for the start of the third quarter in the Class 4A state championship game. And what a crazy game we've had so far. Perry leading Stockbridge 17-14. And Rusty, what do we expect in the second half?
A tight game. It's been the theme all week so far, and not expecting anything different. Which team can make that big maybe turnover, convert it to a touchdown? It's been kind of special teams. We've had a lot of. Listen, that Stockbridge,
yeah,
at the end, that was tough play.
And plus, but I was getting ready to say, Stockbridge has picked him up. They had two really bad punts and did not allow any points out of it. Actually, it gave up 3 points out of it. I think they did. Yeah. So that was great. That could have been 14 points right there. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Stockbridge comes out, goes 16 plays, 84 yards. Tompkins across the middle, 7 yards. To Jaden Howard, first of 2 touchdown catches for him. After a 69-yard pass got him there, Ahmad.
2 quick touchdowns, 2 quick scores. Yep. Opening drive for each team, score a touchdown, and watch him just drop this one in on a bucket. That was, remember, they converted a 4th down to get to that play.
Howard's second touchdown catch. Now the ensuing kickoff and a crazy play that you're probably going to see on some highlights elsewhere. Ball just bouncing around, and that is Gashawn Hurd, a backup linebacker, pushing the pedal to the metal. Yeah, got enough gas to get across the finish line here, but just barely. And Perry has a 17-14 lead at the break.
It counted. That's all. It did. I don't know if he could have won another yard, but you got to put that play away if you're Stockbridge. It was a created turnover. It didn't end up how you want it. Put it away. Let's win the second half.
Yeah, I think that's the big challenge for them because they score that touchdown. They go up 14-10. They get the fumble on the kickoff that they created with the punch out.
Yep.
And they're thinking, man, we're going to get the ball back, going to have plenty of time. We're going to score some more points here. And instead it goes the other way. So let's send it down to Autumn. Time now for our Johnny's New York Style Pizzeria halftime interview. And it's brought to you by Johnny's Pizza. And here's Autumn Johnson.
Thanks, guys. Well, Coach Clark, in that locker room, I mean, what did you say to your guys? Because you guys are down, but not out of this game.
Yeah, we didn't play well first half. We just got to believe. I told the guy, believe. Lock in, just execute. It's still a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left. We just got to come out second half, have a great half, play our Stockbridge brand of football.
One of your keys was to figure out how to run the football. I mean, how do you establish the game and keep that momentum going in the second half?
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out how to run the ball. We've been kind of inconsistent. We've had some good running plays, then we'll come back and have some bad ones. So we just got to get consistent up front.
Thank you, and good luck in the next half. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Autumn. Let's take a look at the Breda Pest Management halftime stats. And, Rusty, what jumps off the page at you?
First off, you look at Perry unable to run the ball at all. And Stockbridge finding some rushing yards there, 15 first downs. Perry only 4. Stockbridge 6 of 10 on third down. Perry unable to convert there. Total plays stands out to me. 43-19. They have got to score when they extend drives.
So you look at that ledger. Don't look at the score at the top of the page.
No doubt.
You look at that ledger. You're thinking Stockbridge is up maybe
21-7.
Yeah,
something like that.
Or worse.
Yeah.
And then you remove the card and you see, oh my gosh, Perry's on top 17-14. How'd that happen?
Special teams.
Yeah.
Special teams touchdown. Both teams opened the game with an opening drive, but the special teams play, and man, that was just, it's hard to swallow that, your Stockbridge, but you have got to put that away, and you got to win the second half to win your first ever state championship.
So Perry's going to be getting the ball to start the third quarter, and they lead at 17-14. Winner, first ever state championship, and these two programs have waited a long time. Coach Kevin Smith told us we got some old timers around here. They've been waiting on this a long time. And Perry, before Kevin got there, man, they didn't have much playoff history tradition whatsoever. Stockbridge started to have it, as you heard John and Hannah talking about. They had it when Kevin Whitley got there. And your third quarter kickoff is brought to you by Buckle Up Georgia. Buckle Up Georgia, seat belts save lives. Kickoff's taken at the 15-yard line. And the return up to the 33. And that's where Perry's going to go on offense for the first time here in the third quarter. As we take a look at the Perry Panthers resume, is brought to you by DBHDD. First ever trip to the finals. Region champions last 3 years. Not this year. Got beat by Spalding. They had only one region title, 1954 to 2019. Like I was saying, they didn't have much history of tradition in winning. Only 10-plus seasons, 10-plus win seasons in the last 3 years, and made the playoffs last 6 seasons.
They hold on to the lead in this half. Nobody will care about being region champs ever if you're the state champions.
Yeah, region champion. The only time that it doesn't matter is if you go and win the state championship, then nobody cares whether you were the region champions or not. So trying to get the run game established here, which is surprising that they haven't been able to do that because Ahmad Gordon is a 1,700-plus yard rusher for the season. Let's check in with Autumn.
Hey, you guys. Well, I just wanted to add a little bit to that conversation. I mean, Perry just saying two major keys of how they turned this program into a championship contender was, one, having a supportive administration, and two was culture. Coach Smith really put emphasis on that and doubled down on it because it's been huge for this program. He said when he got here, it wasn't the best, but came in and set a standard. He said you can have good guys, good coaches, but sometimes those twos don't get the job done, so they take pride in that.
Ball goes out here to Ahmad Gordon. And he makes it up to the 40-yard line. So trying to get Ahmad Gordon involved in this game. He's been a big part of their offense all season long, 31 touchdowns, and just didn't touch the ball enough in that first half.
Yeah, I think that's the focus. You can see what's coming out of halftime. We got to get the ball to number one, whether it's a handoff in space. He's got to be a part of our second half.
Third down and 2, and let's see. Who's the penalty going to be on? I believe it's going to be on the Panthers.
That is a killer. Third down and 2.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
That turns your 3rd and 2 into 3rd and 7.
Yep.
So the ball placed down at the 36. Coulter again after a great 6-for-6 start. Now 8 of 15 in the game for 134.
Yeah, see if he gets warmed up a little bit here. They're going to go empty set on 3rd and 7. Got quads at the top. Trips at the top.
And Dubs at the bottom, right?
Dubs.
Pass is caught for a first down. Again, put it in a tight spot right there to Corey Pettigrew, trying to bounce back from a couple of drops and mistakes in that first half. He gets the first down.
Tight window throw here. Spread you out. Get you in the middle. Just sit down in that zone right there on the chains and move them.
Second catch for Pettigrew. 4 different receivers have caught the ball so far in this game.
2 tight end set here.
Ahmad Gordon squirms to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets 1 on the play.
Go 21 personnel there. 2 tight ends, 1 back. Try to run the counter into the boundary. Good job by Stockbridge, just setting the edge, not allowing that play to pick up much at all.
That's Omar Lopez. They got some size on that defensive line. You got 285 Webb, Lopez 290, Manuel 275. Again, that's Cameron Reese who's chasing him. Throw downfield, incomplete. Threw it behind the receiver. Ginn was having to run for his life. Cameron Reese who we highlighted off the top. That's the first time we called his name.
And that's what we talked about. He had to be the guy for Stockbridge, create a little edge pressure. He did that right there. Almost got held. Good job by the offensive lineman just to let up. Get forced again to get outside the pocket, unable to set his feet. So Maddie couldn't put enough on that ball to actually get there.
3rd down and 9. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Perry leading by a field goal. Again, up top. And jump ball caught. What a great catch by Pettigrew. He's made up for whatever sins he committed in the first half, man. That is a great catch right there by Pettigrew.
Great ball skills. Go up and high point this. Again, just lets it rip one-on-one on the edge and watch his receiver jump up, track the ball. Nice job to finish that off.
Jumps up over Travion Davis for the catch. 41 yards downfield. 1st and 10 at the 14.
3rd and 9 conversion there, Matt. Tuck that one away.
A big time play right there. Went to Pettigrew back to back.
Yep. And he probably said at halftime, look, man, I'm good. I'm good. Let's come back to me, coach. I can do it.
He's been offered by Georgia Southern. 40 catches on the season, coming in for 635 and 6 touchdowns. Got a 2nd down and 8 coming up. Ball is at the 13. Perry trying to cash in on this opening possession. Ball sitting on the 12. Again, pump fake. He's in trouble. Quarterback sack. Back at the 19-yard line. Defense collapses in on him. Makai Webb
and Cameron Reese are having problems blocking him so far, Matt. Watch 7 at the top right here. Watch him get back up.
Wow.
Great hustle there. But he's got a little different get off right now in the second half.
Been offered by Western Kentucky and Alabama State. You're right, man. He was down on his knees, got up, and still made the quarterback sack along with Makai Webb.
Effort play.
3rd and 13. Be a big get for Stockbridge if they can hold him to a field goal attempt here. Again, guns it in the middle. Caught. Another clutch catch by Pettigrew. Pettigrew back in the game, man. That's 3 big catches for Corey Pettigrew here in the 3rd quarter on this drive alone.
Watch again, find his guy. Bullet. And Pettigrew. It's amazing what happens to your quarterback stats when they start making catches like that, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Again, up to 183 now passing. Ahmad Gordon to the end zone. Touchdown, Perry.
Pretty clear the halftime adjustment by Perry was Pettigrew and Gordon. 1 and 13. Let's find ways to get 2 kids the ball. They give them a little eye candy with the motion and just run this little stretch play. Touchdown, easy. Nobody there. 1 and 13 are going to be involved in the second half. I can tell you that for Perry.
Pettigrew had 3 catches on that drive for 8, 41 and 13 yards. Set up the 4-yard touchdown run by Ahmad Gordon. Peacock, high snap, they get it down. That's the second time that quarterback, the backup quarterback, Cullen McDaniel, has taken a snap that wasn't perfect and got it down for the kick. Ahmad Gordon gets to the end zone. Perry stretches out their lead to 24-14.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Cigna Healthcare. Cigna Healthcare is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna Healthcare's mission is to improve the health and vitality of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being. Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Georgia's EMCs. So much more than electricity.
Every game day celebration, every championship title begins here with hours of unseen work. As part of our commitment to education, Georgia's EMCs support the young athletes who play high school sports in the communities we serve. Empowering talent with scholarships, honoring sportsmanship, saluting the game changers, When we champion the energy behind the scenes, they can step into their future and shine. Georgia's EMCs, official energy provider of the GHSA.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to be safe on every trip. Buckle up, Georgia.
Well, quarterback Coulter Quinn decided to be a preferred walk-on for University of Georgia. And Coach Smith shared with me he is excited for him. There were schools that he could have went to compete and play, but he wants to play at a Power 5 football program. And Coach Smith believes he has the talent to do so. He has one of the strongest arms that he has coached. That's amongst names like Quez Ivory and Jake Fromm. And Georgia also used the scenario of him being like Stetson Bennett as an example of what he could be and a possibility for Coulter.
Thanks, Autumn. Appreciate that. Actually, he's been offered, has not yet accepted that offer.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's not. I mean, it's leaning that way for sure, and I think that's some of the reasons which she mentioned right there. How attractive that is for him and his family, and I believe he's still trying to decide on that. But sounds like there's a lot of momentum with Georgia and that PW.
And he does have 10 scholarship offers as well. UAB, Charlotte, and Western Kentucky.
Yep.
Among those. But Autumn was right. He does feel like he's a Power 5 quarterback, and Georgia's a Power 5 program, last time I checked.
Might be need another quarterback in the 2024 class, too. So,
yeah, a lot of rumors going along right now with, no secret, the #1 prospect, Dylan Raiola, whose dad played at Nebraska. He's taken an official visit to Nebraska.
Uncle Coach is there at Nebraska.
So something could open up there at the quarterback position as Duke Scott gets dragged down shy of the line of scrimmage. Good tackle right there by Jarrell Pinckney.
Yeah, good job just getting up into the hole, seeing that, and getting Scott to the ground. It's no secret. Stockbridge is going to ride their guy and try to win a state championship with number 4.
22 carries for 105 yards. Kobe Tompkins, 10 of 16 for 97 and a couple of touchdowns. And ball goes out on the edge and thrown out of bounds. Got to watch a penalty flag right there. A little bit late on the sling out of bounds, but Jaden Howard with the catch. No flag on Elijah Joseph.
Just a little quick pass into the sideline here. And nice blocking out on the edge by 88. And let's see. It could have been close there.
Yeah, it was close. Official showed some restraint not to throw the flag. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Ball at the 25. They need a first down right here.
They're coming.
Tompkins under pressure and a quarterback sack for the Panthers back at the 17-yard line. Cassius Williams cleans it up.
Watch the blitz. They run that little double cross with the linebackers. See the linebacker 10 and 22 right there, and 10 comes unblocked.
Yeah, the Perry defense been getting after it in this game. At 6 TFLs, and that's their 2nd quarterback sack.
Nice punt.
Yeah, responds with a good punt this time, and the catch is made going down to his knees at the 41. So Jordan Wilson responds after a couple of poor punts in that first half with a boomer right there.
And you see Coach Clark, first one to shake his hand when he comes off, a little juice in there, and he kind of feels it.
51 yards.
Gives a little double thumbs up.
He needed that. 51 yards in the air, so that's going to push Perry back to the 42-yard line, where they go on offense for the 2nd time here in the quarter. Stockbridge down 10, and Coulter Ginn gets the ball back. Stockbridge can't allow any points right here. Can't go down by more than 2 scores heading into the 4th quarter.
Not coming out of the second half like this. Big defensive stand here.
Again, going to load up and dump it deep, and intercepted at the 30-yard line. Coming back the other way across the 50 and out of bounds at the 43-yard line, Malik Caswell. The Marshall commit has had a big game. That's a pick and a 27-yard return.
Huge turnover right here. Receiver for Perry kind of stopped. I think Ginn thought he was going to go up the seam a little bit more. Receiver stopped. And you see him after the throw kind of talking to the wide receiver. You see him there looking back.
Caswell with a pick, 3 PBU. TFL had a big game. He's committed to play for the Thundering Herd. Coach Huff. And it's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for the Tigers. The break that they needed, running a reverse. Ball coming to the near side and out of bounds at the 34-yard line on the run by Ryan Johnson.
Like the play call there, getting a lot of everybody swaying that way, and they come back with that counter. Good ball fake, man. Good ball handling by the quarterback to sell that play.
Yeah, Tompkins has played a solid game.
He has.
Been impressed with him. Going to be 2nd down and 1 with the ball at the 32. Scott caught in the backfield. Another TFL. Man, this defense for Perry has been swarming all game.
The penetration there by the Perry defensive line. Watch him get upfield real quickly. Not sure who this is. See that? Calls him not to be able to get his feet set. Couldn't see the number there by the Perry defensive lineman, but the penetration early was stopped Scott from getting going.
Devon Smoot, you see him checking out his highlight there on the video board. I did that. 7th DFL for this Perry defense, now 3rd down and 3. Another TFL. No! Tompkins fools us all, including me, out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Faked me out big time. That's a 1st down run for Tompkins.
What an absolute read right there. Watch him read this defensive end. He crashes, 43 crashes. That's his key, and he keeps it.
Big 17-yard pickup for Kobe Tompkins. He's now rushed for 59 yards on 8 carries. To go along with his 103 through the air and a couple of touchdowns. 1st and 10 from the 19 now for the Tigers. Trying to close the gap. Scott. Look at that string. Touchdown, Stockbridge. Man, they tried to arm tackle him. He broke right through that thing like a piece of tape. 19-yard touchdown run.
You hear the screams of Duke.
Watch this arm tackle. That's just not going to do right there.
He just ran right through that. Look how he's built.
Yeah.
Lower body.
He's rocked up really good. And Duke Scott with the 19-yard touchdown run. 24-20. PAT pending. And the kick is going to spin right through as Castillo with the kick. 24-21. 4 plays, 43 yards after the interception by Caswell set him up. Let's take a look at the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign scoring drive right there. And a 3-point game now as we're getting late in the 3rd. Let's check in with Autumn.
Hey guys, we just saw Duke Scott go in for a 19-yard touchdown, and Coach Clark describes him as one-in-a-lifetime player. He's had Super 11s, All-Americans, and Duke is right up there when it comes to elite players he's been able to coach in his career. And outside of the X's and O's, Coach Clark shared with us that he wants to be a computer engineer. He's been building computers since he was 12 years old. He calls them up every single time he has tech or computer issues. And when he was deciding on NC State, the intern opportunities is what sold him the most. Football is important, but life after an opportunity is available was the deal breaker. He's an early enrollee and he'll be gone next week, but what a bright future he'll have ahead of him.
No doubt on him. He said he's going to be sad when Duke's gone, and Duke's gone next week.
Said they all sat around and talked about, like, hey man, he's going to be gone next weekend. Got to cover.
Here's the return. And out to the 27-yard line. Rodarius Lewis on the return. That's where Perry back in a tight ball game now. Just a 17-yard kick return by Lewis right there. And it's going to be 1st and 10 with 4:35 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And that's one of the things that's really kind of morphed into this early signing period is now all these kids, they graduate early. And
go
then,
practice.
And they start practicing right away. Their teams are, since half the teams in college football go to bowls anyway, there's a good chance the team you've signed with is going to a bowl. You go off and you start your college football career right away. And that'll be the case for Duke Scott next week. After playing in the state championship game, he'll be putting on the NC State Wolfpack uniform next week in practice.
Wait till next year when there's a 12-team playoff, and you can practice about 3 weeks with your team, if it makes it that long.
Just another wrinkle.
You're going to watch another.
There's a lot of wrinkles every year.
Another kid you're going to watch tomorrow night, and certainly you'll talk about him, is Daniel Calhoun, the offensive tackle at Walton. He's going to play tomorrow night in Mercedes-Benz. He's got to practice on Sunday with the University of Georgia.
Getting ready for the Orange Bowl.
They would need him if he could play.
Massive 300 and is he 370?
Probably.
He's right there. He's a massive man. There's no doubt about it. And we'll see him line up for the Walton Raiders tomorrow night. One of the top-rated offensive linemen in the country. He's playing inside. He's a guard center.
He's going to be a guard. Potentially maybe grow into a right tackle, but I think he's going to be inside, going to be a guard. And
that'll be an interesting watch.
I got some great games left, man.
We still got a great one to finish right here.
Big one tonight.
Thomas County Central and Woodward Academy on deck. That's our 7 o'clock start. Oh, wait a minute, it's 7:16. Yep, that's right. We had a triple overtime game between Stetson Bennett's alma mater, Pierce County, as they knocked off Rockmart. What a fabulous game that was, 48-45. I called that other triple overtime game that you heard Nelly and Hannah talking about it during the tailgate party show.
The previous play that the runner attained the line to gain is under video review.
And that was that Benedictine and Warner Robins game that was decided in triple overtime that Benedictine won. And we had another triple overtime game today. If you missed it, it's on demand. You can go to gpb.org and check out all the games on demand. Also, don't know that it's on the YouTube channel yet, but the GPB Sports YouTube channel will likely also have that available for you as well. And speaking of GPB Sports schedule, join us next Wednesday for our National Signing Day coverage. That'll be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night on our Facebook page and also all of our social platforms, you'll be able to check out all the big signings in the state of Georgia. And we got a lot of them. And here on this day, 8 days out, we think we know who's going where, but there's always somebody.
Yeah.
And there's a big somebody out there right now that's got a lot of question marks around his name. Dylan Raiola taking that visit to Nebraska. Does he stick with the Georgia Bulldogs? Does he go to his dad's alma mater? Of course, a couple of years ago we had the flip of all flips when Travis Hunter went to Jackson State. Now, of course, he's at Colorado.
One of the all-time what just happened recruitments.
So let's take a look at the replay, the play that is currently under review.
Trying to see if we made a first down here.
Line to gain is the 37, and I think he's short, maybe a yard short.
Half a yard.
Dave Reynolds, what do you think?
On that angle right there, I think they're going to bring that back and go back and make him short of the line to gain.
It's very close, but I think he is short of the line to gain. And I love this aspect of it.
As he land on top of one, watch him where he gets, where does he touch? Because look right here. Is his knee down? His knee down? Yep. Right knee was down.
After video review, the ruling is that the runner was short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Perry at the 36-yard line.
I love that we're getting it right.
Yep. And it's quick. You don't have to bring out something that the referee has to watch on the field. It gets done from the booth. They just tell you what the final answer is, and you go on about business. Very, very efficient, but most importantly, correct.
3rd down, less than a yard for the first down. And Ahmad Gordon, and he's going to push on cross and get the first down. Use that 5'8", 180 junior body of his to muscle his way for the first down. And Ahmad Gordon, as we mentioned, 1,700-yard rusher this season, hasn't had a big game here today. That's just his 8th carry, and he's not even at 20 yards yet. But Coach Kevin Smith says he didn't see it coming.
Yeah. They definitely have tried to attack Stockbridge through the air.
They did not see Ahmad Gordon having a big season like he's had. Upstairs they go, and incomplete. Pettigrew, who's had a big second half, couldn't run under that one.
He again turned that one loose, just a little bit outside the reach of his receiver, but Pettigrew had a step on him.
Well, he started 6 for 16, or 6 for 6 in the game, and he is 6 for 16 since. So what's happened here? Ahmad Gordon, big hole, across the 50. Gordon hurdles his man and down to the 32-yard line. And you can hurdle your man if he leaves his feet. If the defender leaves his feet, you can jump over him.
Blocked there by 21, sealing off the backer. See what he does here. Very smart. Yep. Knew he was about to cut his ankles, and he said, not today.
Big run by Ahmad Gordon gives him 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. That's a 30-yard pickup.
See if they take a shot here at the bottom.
Gordon again going to bounce it outside and find a hole. Great vision.
Nice move inside between the tackles. What a cut right there.
Great vision to find the open lane. Picks up another 9. Ahmad Gordon starting to get going here.
Slippery right here. Watch him press the hole and this move right here. Zip. 34 got no hands on him.
Going to be 2nd down and 1. Ball comes out to the edge, and Dakari Anderson slips a tackle. Cut back inside the 10. Anderson down to the 5.
Again, had to throw that over a defender, but Anderson does the rest with that ball. Catches it for about a 2-yard gain. Makes the guy miss in space, runs through an arm tackle. Gets upfield. Nice job. They come right back to him.
Go back to him again, and that is a touchdown for Perry. They go twice in a row to Dakari Anderson. There is a flag down in the end zone, so we'll check the call there. But pending the penalty call, it's 30-21. So it looks like the initial indication is it's going to be on Stockbridge. Too many men on the field. So Perry scores against 12 right there to take a 9-point lead.
I love the play call. Go right back to it.
The result of the play is a touchdown. We have a live ball substitution foul on the defense. That 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So Dakari Anderson, amazingly enough, just his 4th touchdown catch of the season. He's got over 80 receptions this year, just the 4th time he's gotten into the end zone.
Tell you what, man, I like the ability to break tackles out in space. He doesn't get an arm tackle for sure.
And another flag is dropped, and they've got too many on the field. That's 2nd play in a row.
How does that happen?
Lack of concentration and communication is what the deal is. And you saw the man, the guilty party went running off the field.
Substitution violation on the defense. That penalty is declined. We'll play the try.
So wheels coming off a little bit for Stockbridge on this offensive possession for Perry. They will break them down, drive 8 plays, 73 yards in 3 minutes, and now they're back up by 9 again, pending this PAT by Peacock. And he puts it up and in. 31-21 Perry. Dakari Anderson says, give it to me.
Give it to me, man.
Give it to me.
Feed me.
And you're right. I think his ability to break tackles right there, he got through 3 guys to get to the end zone. Makes a man miss right there, though. Great sidestep. stretches for the end zone as his knee was hitting the ground, the ball breaking the plane. The Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign scoring drive, 8 plays, 73 yards.
Everybody in America runs that play. It's basically basketball. It's 3-on-3 outside. You got 2 blockers and a wide receiver. Can the one-on-one guy, can he make that one guy miss? And Anderson did. And scores a touchdown for Perry.
Jackson Arnett with the kickoff, going to drop it down at the 14-yard line. And great coverage downfield by the Perry Panthers on the kick return. Dallas Scott, the junior, flies down there and makes a big-time tackle inside the 15-yard line.
See if he gets him right here. I don't know. Close. Got him at the edge of the jersey. Let's see here.
Grabs
that.
Yeah,
he's got jersey. He's got jersey. Shoulder pad, jersey.
So Stockbridge sputtering a little bit. Sends the offense back out at the 14-yard line.
This is a big drive, Matt. You feel the momentum with Perry right now.
Ball was dropped on the turf, and Duke Scott going to take a loss. 8th TFL for this Perry Panthers defense. And there's that guy again, Cassius Williams, man. He has been blowing up plays. And he's not a big defensive end. He's 6 foot 169.
He plays a lot bigger. I can guarantee you that, because the guy in front of him
is 277.
Yes, has got him by a lot.
2nd down and 12. Clean pocket for Tompkins. Guns it in the middle and nearly intercepted. And Mack shaken up on the play. Did they rule that a catch? Wow. I thought he trapped it. They drop a flag on the play, so we'll check out both those things. That's a bullet right there in the middle. Man, that's a great job by Mack to hold on to it after he takes some punishment from Elijah Joseph. And we might have another one of those defenseless receiver penalties going against Perry.
Personal foul on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And again, you're seeing this a lot in high school football, and I'll explain it as it's been explained to me. It's a penalty if you don't wrap up the tackle. If you go in for the quote-unquote kill shot, the big hit, Dave, I mean, that's it, right? You got to wrap up.
Got to keep him bottled up, man. Set the edge. They forced him back inside where the help was. That's the way you defend Duke Scott. Not going to win many one-on-one battles trying to tackle him out in space on the edge.
Clock winding down. We'll see if they get off a play here before the end of the 3rd quarter. They do. Tompkins flushed out of the pocket, makes a move, and picks up the 1st down. I think he's out. He got out short of the 1st down, and that's the final play of the 3rd quarter. So 3rd down will be coming up when we start the 4th quarter. And a great 4th.
What you doing?
Hey, just finishing this claim to get Dave back on the road.
Nice. I wonder what Dave's doing.
You do your thing. We've got you covered.
The GHSA football playoffs and championships are brought to you by Alpha Insurance. We're more than just an insurance company. We're a part of your community.
You know, I'm a person too.
Half of the nation's opioid overdoses happen right at home because people don't understand the dangers of taking an oxy or perk with a glass of alcohol for stress or to sleep. Learn how to protect your family from opioid overdose at opioidresponse.info.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yeah, let's go.
Start of the fourth quarter, Perry on top of Stockbridge, 31-21. Matt Stewart, Rusty Mansell, Autumn Johnson with you as we head to the final period here in the 4A state championship game. What a fun game it has been, Rusty.
I just can't get over the games this whole weekend so far. You know what I mean? This whole week so far. And one quarter, state championship on the line, down 10. What can Stockbridge do?
Got to come up with some big plays. You're right, backs against the wall here. Can they make up a 10-point deficit? Look at Tompkins, pardon me, tippy-toeing on the sideline, tight roping and picking up the first down.
Love it. Design run. He comes in behind. They use Scott as a blocker this time. You see Scott take the linebacker, seal him off, and when he does that, yeah, that's close. But he's still, even if they mark that back, he's still got the first down. I don't think they're going to replay it from the booth.
3-year starter. He has thrown for 115 today, and he has rushed for 66 prior to that run right there. Pocket for Tompkins, guns it in the middle and broken up. That's a great play downfield. Buckle up, Georgia. You got it. That's our sponsor.
Yes, he clamped him. And I'll tell you this, when I talk about length and I talk about rare to be 6'2" corners that can run, a 5'10" corner don't make this play right here.
Maurice Hayes with
Look how long he is.
6'2", 170 senior, committed to Bowling Green on August 31st over 3 other offers.
The 10-900 high GPA.
Second down and 10. Rush is coming, and they got him. He tried to run up out of it really quick, and Jarrell Pinckney closed the gap in a hurry.
They're dialing it up with these 2 linebackers, and they come again. Watch the 2 linebackers come. See, they're showing. It just splits the double team. No one actually, Scott doesn't pick him up, but you're seeing an adjustment in the second half with Perry bringing Pinckney a lot.
Pinckney's 7th tackle of the game and his 6th solo. 3rd down and 12, ball at the 34. 8th play of the drive right here.
Same blitz.
Blitz is coming again, and it is caught, but ridden to the ground hard by Simmons to prevent him from going anywhere, and it's going to be 4th down.
Man, they run that linebacker cross blitz again. Watch the 2 linebackers cross, 22 and 10, and nobody picks him up because you got a slide protection, and that guard was engaged, didn't even see him. And Perry will continue to run that until Stockbridge shows they can pick it up.
4th and 9, they're going for it here, and a timeout's going to be called.
A replay.
So what's the review going to be for here? Let's bring in Dave Reynolds real quick. What do we got a replay here for? Do we have one?
Yeah, we do, and might be looking at it if it was a catch, no catch, the way the receiver went to the ground, right, based on the one angle that I saw.
Yeah.
Spot of the ball on the previous play is under video review.
Okay.
And that comes down from the booth, correct? Comes down. Dave says it comes down from the booth on that.
So the call on the field is ball sitting on the 31, line to gain being the 22. They're going to take a look at it right here. And if you're Stockbridge, man, you're looking for any little sliver of an advantage, little break here, even if it's a yard. So he holds possession. No problem. He stuck the ball
out there.
Does that help him, Dave?
After video review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It'll be 4th down.
So because how he was running back towards the football and then was contacted, that's where the spot of the catch was given to him, and then he was driven backwards.
Gotcha.
So he went to where he caught the ball.
Initially caught it.
And then
and not where he was run to the ground.
Correct.
I got you. Okay. So we got that straightened out. It's 4th down and 9. Ball is sitting at the 31.
See if they come with this linebacker blitz again. If you do that, Tompkins can break contain. So you've got to stay in your lanes if you blitz him right here.
Big play right here. Start of the 4th quarter. Tompkins goes to Scott. Broken up. Ball goes over on downs. And that Perry defense rises to the occasion. Elijah Joseph coming up big for the Panthers.
They anticipated a blitz and they go screen to try to get the first down. But good job by Perry recognizing that.
So ball goes over on downs. Perry's defense comes up with another big play. Now the offense gets it when we get back.
Cigna Healthcare is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna Healthcare's mission is to improve the health and vitality of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being. Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD. Win by learning about safe usage of prescription opioids.
Half of the nation's opioid overdoses happen right at home because people don't understand the dangers of taking an oxy or perk with a glass of alcohol for stress or to sleep. Learn how to protect your family from opioid overdose at opioidresponse.info.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by Regions Bank. Get back in the game with Regions Bank. Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to be safe on every trip. Buckle up, Georgia.
Back with 10:23 left in regulation. Perry on top by 10. Let's take a look at the play as it was reviewed.
Watch the defensive end 43. See that? He recognizes they released him. Look at him get his hands up and tip that ball. That is great job by that defensive lineman, Ashlyn Ashley. When you get released that easy, something's going on, and he tips that ball. Great job.
Perry back on offense and a 10-point lead. 10 minutes away from their first ever state championship. Ahmad Gordon going to get swarmed under and take a loss of a couple of yards on the play. He had 9 carries for 60 yards rushing in that 3rd quarter alone after being a spectator for most of the first half.
Second half, Gordon said, give me the ball. Pettigrew said, give me the ball. Coach, we're trying to win a state championship. Anderson said, give me the ball. He wants to eat.
Meantime, that was a 9-play, 54-yard drive for Stockbridge that stalled without any points. So the double whammy, you don't score and you just chewed up a lot of time and didn't help yourself. Up top again and missed his man at the 30-yard line. Dakari Anderson had broken open. Runs out of real estate right there.
Anderson had his defender just enough. Just unable to get that one in, but man, he turned that loose about 40 or 50 easily.
Dakari Anderson came to Coach Kevin Smith 3rd round of the playoffs, and just to tell us, Coach, how excited he was to be in the playoffs still. Remember, Perry hasn't had much success in their football history. They've had the greatest season ever. That guy right there, Dakari Anderson, who's committed to Cincinnati, is a big reason why. third down and long. Running a screen. And spin move, first down and more. This could be trouble. Dakari Anderson's got great speed. Burst into the open, crossed the 50, down to the 43.
And he's telling him he wants it, but what a play call there. The offensive line gets out, but watch Anderson hit this gear right there. Run through the arm tackle, spin move. Gets north-south quick. And that's a huge first down for Perry.
A 36-yard pickup on third and long. They converted a number of third and longs today.
That's a safe, easy pass, and that's what you want to happen. Can our guy out-athlete you for a first down? And he just did.
Ginn is now thrown for 250 yards in this game. Ball sitting on the 43 as the clock winds down, close to 9 minutes. It's still a lot of time on the play clock, and Colter Ginn going to sit there and watch it tick down. It'll be under 9 before they have to snap it. Pettigrew goes in motion. Ahmad Gordon trying to make some man miss, not going to be able to do that. Tackle made by Cameron Reese.
He's had a good second half. I've been watching him from the edge there, number 7. And he has been getting after it. They've been having to double team him.
4 total tackles in the game, 1.5 TFL for Cameron Reese. And it's going to be second down. Panthers doing a really good job of draining the clock here.
Smart.
They're running about 1 play a minute.
Yeah, smart.
Play clock hits 0. This time they
do that.
This time they got a little too careless with it. Did they get a timeout? No.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Well, the Panthers coaching staff is really fired up, jumping up and down. They said they were calling for the timeout from the sideline, and they didn't get it. So they take a 5-yard penalty there. Second and 16 from the 49. Kevin Smith's coached in a lot of big games as an assistant coach, the biggest as a head coach since taking over the Perry program. They sling it out there, goes to Anderson, holding that football like Walter Payton, and goes down at the 38-yard line. Is that still a good enough ref? There's enough people still left out there. Knows
Might be me and you. Not be me and you about sweetness.
He used to hold that thing with one hand out there like he was palming a basketball.
It's a good block on the edge right here. Just allow him to get the corner. See 8, get enough. Yes, that's definitely sweetness there.
When you go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, you can get away with it. Dakari Anderson got away with it right there. 7 catches for 145 and a touchdown after a 13-yard pickup right there.
I don't believe you're going to get any of these young men to wear those kangaroo cleats, though, he used to wear.
Third down and 5. Line to gain being the 33. Again, going to run it, try to get to the sticks himself, and he does.
That shows you a little something different about him. Gives you just enough threat.
No doubt. First time he's run the ball the entire game.
He reads number 8, sees him crashing down. Watch him lower his shoulder pads to get that first down, man. I tell you what, your team, when they see their quarterback do that, they know he's giving everything to try to finish this thing off and to lower his shoulder to get that first down, because Matt, that's probably another 3 minutes minimum.
Yeah, I mean, they have put so much pressure on Stockbridge here by just holding the ball as long as they've held it. I mean, they don't even have to score, and of course they want to do that, but they don't even have to score. They just keep bleeding clock.
Tell you what, and Stockbridge senses it, and they're about 8 in the box right now, and they're trying to stop the run, trying to get the ball here. 2nd and 5. If they give them that same formation again, Matt, not sure that Ginn's not going to turn one loose and look for number 2 right here. try to get in behind somebody because they are creeping up on that box.
Stockbridge still holding on to all 3 timeouts. 8th play of the drive coming up. Ball sitting on the 27. 4 to go. Ahmad Gordon gonna lean body forward, not get there. Gonna be about a yard short. Ja'Kavion Beatty in on that tackle, number 50.
3rd and 1.
Look at Perry, 6 for 6 on their 3rd downs here in the second half.
They were 0 for 4 in the first, correct?
They were.
First half. They're going to go heavy set. 73s in the game, extra tight ends in the game. If they go Wildcat here.
3rd down and 1, they do. Dakari Anderson in the shotgun formation.
They ran this for a touchdown earlier to the right side from the 1-yard line.
Anderson going to go to the left side this time and get the first down at the 20. That's another 2 clicks, 2 minutes off the clock.
Minimum.
Yeah. Unless they do something silly, fumble the ball or something like that, you know, that's another 2 minutes before the next first down is needed.
Trying to suffocate this clock as much as possible.
And they've now held the ball, I believe, for 5 minutes.
So Ginn got that first down by lowering his shoulder at 8:07. Now look at the clock.
Play clock reaches 10. Giving it to Ahmad Gordon again. Gordon to the far side. Lowers his shoulder. Big time collision out there on the edge with Mekhi Ramsey. That's going to be another first down or close to it.
Tell you what, man, this is a pride drive right here. Digging deep. Trying to win your first ever state championship, and you're trying to close it out by driving it right down their throat.
Drive started at their own 31 and with 10:23 on the clock. It's 1st and goal to go inside the 10. Look at the time of possession. They've had nearly the same amount of time of possession on just one drive as they had in the first quarter. That's a big time play right there for Stockbridge.
Yep,
Let's see if they burn a timeout. Manuel drops him for a TFL. Not ready to burn those timeouts yet, but they're getting close to needing to do that.
See a lot of hands on hips. Stockbridge getting tired, had to play a lot of plays. This drive's gotten long late in the game.
Second down coming up. I mean, this is as good a job as you will see killing the clock. They're getting that play clock and winding it all the way down. It's 10 seconds and below before they finally get up there ready to do something. Gordon hops through the line, scores the touchdown for Perry.
They're going to motion Kobe Dixon, number 18. I want you to watch the block. He gets out on the edge for Perry. They're going to flip-flop the tight end, H-back, and he's going to seal the edge. Watch 18 at the top. See him seal that defender off. 14, there's the lane, touchdown. What a block by the senior tight end.
And that might have put it out of reach for Stockbridge. It's going to be very difficult for the Tigers at this point. After a bone-crushing, time-killing drive for Perry. And the PAT by Peacock is up and good. They go 12 plays. They go 69 yards. They burn 6:09 off the clock, and Perry can feel it. 37-21 late in the 4th quarter.
Cigna Healthcare is a proud partner of Georgia Public Broadcasting and Football Fridays. Cigna Healthcare's mission is to improve the health and vitality of those we serve. Visit Cigna.com to learn how you can support your physical and emotional well-being. Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is all about Georgians standing together for substance misuse prevention. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
At Regions Bank, we're here to listen to your needs, and we'll customize a plan to help you reach your financial goals. Our service to Georgia goes beyond banking to creating more inclusive prosperity in our communities. From education to financial wellness to economic development, we're working to level the playing field so more people can succeed and our communities can thrive.
While we've got a quick break in the action, did you know that the same area of just one football field can contain up to 95 termite colonies? That's why you need Breda Pest Management to defend your home. Breda, the official pest control of high school football.
Welcome back to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Perry up 38-21 over Stockbridge. And when your team is only 97 miles down the street, you show up and show out for your squad. Look at this fan base, y'all. They came deep and ready. I've heard chants. I've seen the wave. The band is loud over here. They are embracing this special moment in the hopes of Perry closing out and bringing home their first ever title.
Autumn, a state championship if they get it. 70 years in the making.
You think there's any question people are going to show up to watch high school football on a Tuesday? Oh, by the way, at 4?
Yeah.
The 4 o'clock game.
Bad idea. We're joking, of course. The stadium has been packed both days, and we still got the big guys coming up. The 7A team, the 5A team tomorrow. We got 6A coming up next. Return here by the Tigers. Jaden Howard, pardon me, up across the 30-yard line. 23-yard return. And the Tigers go on offense. Now just 4:04 to work with, and they're down 17 points.
You have to attack this one play at a time, try to bust something, try to get something, big explosive play here. Can't worry about that clock just with 4 minutes left. Got to play every play and try to see if you can pop something for a big play, maybe even a score quickly.
Tompkins 13 of 21 passing for 118, a couple of touchdowns, both of them going to Jaden Howard in this game. And the ball goes to Jaden Howard again as he makes the catch. He jumps up and says, "I didn't touch the ground." They rule him down at the 36. That was the 7th catch for Howard. Clock continues to move. 2nd down and 5.
They're coming.
Gonna step up and run out of it, get the first down, and slide forward. Let's see where they're gonna mark that slide. Looks like the 49. Yep, 49-yard line, first down.
That's the risk reward when you bring those backers. If you come up and don't get it, Tompkins can make you pay.
Tompkins has had a big game with his feet too. 11 carries, 85 yards before that run right there. So he's approaching 100 yards rushing in this game. Going to fire to the wide side there and incomplete.
I'll tell you this, with 3 minutes to go, Perry's not sitting back in prevent. They're coming after him. I know that drives some people crazy. They'll prevent defense and try to, get it to the red zone, tighten down. They're not playing that. They're bringing pressure.
I always love what the critics say. The prevent defense just prevents you from winning.
Yeah. They're coming again. Look, the linebackers creeping.
2nd down and 10, bringing the heat. Hand off to Scott. Scott going to fall forward to the 45. Picks up 4 on the play, but that's going to chew up some more clock as we're going to go under 3 minutes to play in regulation.
I'm out of town like Perry, Georgia. Never won a state championship in football. What would that place be like tonight? Think anybody's going to be late for work tomorrow?
There might be some folks late for work. Maybe including my brother. He's the chief medical officer at Houston County Hospital. Ball is complete at the 36-yard line. His sons who graduated from Perry High School are down below with their families.
It's a big deal, man. They will talk about this team forever. Can guarantee if they finish this next 2.5 off.
Ball at the 46, 1st and 10. Stockbridge got to move in a hurry now. Tompkins scrambling as he's done most of the day and doing a good job with it. Going to run out of bounds About an 8-yard pickup.
Man, he is hard to defend. And they have chose to come after him in the second half and not sit back and let him pick them apart.
Coach Thomas Clark called him a field general. As 3-year starter, he's played like, and he's played with a lot of savvy. Made a lot of good decisions today, like what we've seen from Kobe Tompkins. You know, and his stats don't wow you, but Coach Clark says we had 7 running clock games.
Yes.
Meaning a lot of these star players don't play in the second half. Correct. When your teams get up big in these routes. So the stats don't always jump off the page at you, as Tompkins was able to tightrope the sideline long enough to pick up the first down, stop the clock. Now 2:10 left in the game. Look at the numbers for Tompkins tonight. 15 completions on 24 attempts for 132 and a couple of touchdowns, 115 rushing.
I would imagine if Coach Clark saw those pregame, he would probably feel pretty good about his chances if they got that production out of his quarterback.
Got to give it to Perry. They took it to Stockbridge in the second half. Going in the middle and incomplete. Really ever since that crazy kickoff return.
That's what I said. I thought it was a big play in the game, and you just have some thoughts in your head like, how did that happen to us? Why did that happen at that point? Because we just had the momentum. We're going into half. We're going to have the lead.
Including that crazy kick return by Gashawn Hurd. Perry has outscored Stockbridge 28-7.
I believe it. Yep.
Since that play.
Yep.
Tompkins, ball comes out. Big offensive lineman going to fall on it at the 35. That was Xavier Spikes. Actually, that was Amari Grayson.
Yes.
And you just got a feel for this young man and what he's been through the last couple of weeks. Big number 78, Amari Grayson. He's going to get a chance to continue his football career in college.
That's their first charged timeout of the second half.
But you know he was playing with a heavy heart today. His dad has been one of his biggest supporters, great friends with Coach Thomas Clark, passed away a couple of weeks ago after a long battle with cancer that started in his throat. And his dad told Coach Clark, as you know, the days were winding down, he said, look, if I don't make it, take care of my boy.
Yeah, man. That'll touch you right there. And you can hear the emotion in him talking about that. And I'll say this too. I want to touch on one little quick thing. And you called the game last night. What an effort and what a show of support for Manchester.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Coach Holmes, just to have that team to that point in that game and still continue prayers for that community, that team, that family. Just an unthinkable tragedy on the eve of a state championship appearance.
Yeah, football's a great celebration. It's a time for fun. It's a time for joy. But life doesn't cut you any breaks sometimes. You got to deal with life in the midst of it all. And if you're fortunate, you get a chance to take a few breaks and enjoy the fun along the way. But been a tough couple of days for the folks in Manchester, for Amari Grayson and the Stockbridge team too over the last couple of weeks. Tompkins, man, takes a big hit and stays on his feet. I love that toughness.
Man, he even pointed at him before he hit it. He is not giving up, man.
Kobe Tompkins bringing it here, even though his team's down 17.
Watch this at the end. Just point right here, telling us, get him. I'll take him. Don't worry about it.
Wow. Collision with Tavares Simmons. How about a defenseless cornerback?
Hey, I can tell you
this. Talk about defenseless wide receivers. That defenseless quarterback just almost knocked out the cornerback. 1st and 10. Time running short on Stockbridge. Tompkins going to step up and sprint to the end zone and get in, but we got a holding call that's going to wipe it out.
Yeah, they get the tackle there out on the edge. Way too much jersey. Still a great effort by Tompkins, but I'll see the left tackle here. I believe it's 77 right here.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Yeah.
Replay, first down.
It's almost a slow dance. Like he bear hugged him. He's just trying to make a play, just trying to protect his quarterback.
And remember what we said about Duke Scott? You know how many carries he has right now?
How many?
27. And we thought for sure that he was going to go well over that number, but that's a big part of what Perry was been able to do. They took that aspect of the game away from the Stockbridge offense here in the second half.
Did a really good job. They have brought a lot. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a team bring their linebackers this much. I mean, they bring them every play. They're coming again.
Handoff goes to Scott on his 28th carry of the game. He only gets 1 yard. So 28 carries for 126 for Duke Scott.
Timeout, Stockbridge. That's their second charged timeout of the second half.
Final game of his high school career winding down here. It looks like it will be, unfortunately, it will come in a loss for Stockbridge after winning 12 in a row. You know, they opened the season playing Douglas County, got to the 6A semifinals, played Colquitt County on the road, got to the 7A quarterfinals. Then they rattled off 12 wins in a row. And Coach says, I did that was all for the purpose. The Colquitt County game, we wanted to know what it was like to get on a bus.
Said he wanted his kids to experience that.
Right. Get on a bus for a long bus ride for a playoff game. And he said, we lost the game, but the win was an experience for us. Guess what happened last week? They went on a long bus ride and beat Benedictine in Savannah. Douglas County game. They were playing in one of those classics. It was in Morehouse.
Yes.
He said we were going to have a short time to get ready for the game. Only 30 minutes between games. Going to have to get out there, get warmed up, and do that. Guess what you do in the state championship game? Run out there for a short warm-up and play football. So the purpose of his schedule paid off for him, just not in the finale.
He got within 2 quarters.
Yep. Second down and 20 from the 23-yard line. And in the middle, through short. And now it's going to be third down.
And he had him just unable to get the ball there. Got a player down, number 3 for Stockbridge. Jordan Max down in the back of the end zone, but Tompkins, I know, wish he had that throw back over because he is open right here. Watch him come on his post route. Ball though underthrown.
Mack might got hit in the head by the foot as the defender was running by. He might have taken some fire to the helmet. Big 77 Xavier Spikes, the left tackle, all 6'4", 277 of him. And Justin Jr. might be a guy to keep an eye on going forward in the future. He's walking off the field under his own power now.
I'll say this with zero hesitation. Stockbridge is not one and done. I mean, this is a program builder game. When you can sit there and look those kids in the eye in January and say, this is what it takes to get to Mercedes-Benz, there's a lot of weight that carries that in that locker room with the next group of young men, that program.
Well, this is the final game for Duke Scott, final game for their 3-year starter at quarterback, Kobe Tompkins. Waiting in the wings to take over that quarterback spot is Duke's little brother, Joshua. Freshman, he'll be a sophomore, likely the starting quarterback for the Tigers next season. And coming up next, the Class 6A championship, as the undefeated Thomas County Central Yellow Jackets take on the Woodward Academy War Eagles. Coach Justin Rogers, what an incredible job he's done with Thomas County Central, bringing back the glory days of Ed Pilcher and 5 state championships in 6 years.
I'll tell you this, of all the games I've done in my career, I guess 7 or 8 years now on TV, I have never heard a crowd as loud as last week at Marist. I felt like I was front row at Motley Crue for about 2 hours, if I can say that.
Kickstart my heart.
My ears were ringing. They had those noisemakers, which are, you know, from my understanding, they're not supposed to be bringing them in here. We'll see, but I guarantee you this: when this weekend's over, these numbers are tallied, I would probably venture to say Thomas County Central is going to bring the biggest crowd of any team this week.
Well, be sure to join us next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock on Facebook and all our social media platforms for our early signing day, national signing day coverage. John Nelson will join me in studio and so many different platforms to watch that. What's your big outside of the Raiola. We've already talked about that. What's your big storyline you think is going to develop between now and then?
It's going to be portal decisions, and then it's going to be what happens with these quarterbacks. Because what's going to happen, some of these portal quarterbacks are going to leave, and they're going to think, wait a minute, do I dip into high school to get another player? And who sticks and who doesn't? So it's going to be interesting how you finish these things off. Majority of this thing is 95% done. The problem is that 5% that makes a decision next week is huge news.
And the 1% that maybe flips their decision
is definitely. So that's what you tune in for next week for that.
3rd down and 20. Going to the end zone. Man breaks open and caught for the touchdown. Jaden Howard with his 3rd touchdown catch of the game. And it's 38-27.
Nice call out of the timeout there, and I think he cramped up as well. Tompkins just drops this in. Look at this ball, tight, right on the money. See Tompkins immediately. A little warm in here. If you want to, hey, we've dealt with the cold and rain for state championships. I think that's something that these teams will probably tell the next year's teams when they call and ask. Everything's great, but you better hydrate a little bit the night before, because
going for 2 right here, right in the middle, incomplete. Ryan Johnson turns to look for a flag, doesn't get it, and it's 38-27 with no doubt an onside kick coming up. You know, and that's what a lot of players have told me about playing indoors. One of the things that surprises you is how hot it gets down on the field.
Turf, yes, down the turf.
And you wouldn't think that because it's climate controlled, and for the fans it's a great environment, but it still gets really muggy and hot down on the field, and that's why you see the cramping here on December 12th indoors.
You saw Rockmart they had the mustard bottles. The players were drinking mustard down the sidelines.
Your Governor's Red Ribbon campaign scoring drive, 13 plays, 69 yards, and right under 3 minutes off the clock. Tompkins gets a hug as he makes his way to the sideline, maybe for the last time in his high school career, unless they can recover an onside kick here and get the ball back. You see the tears. That's Jordan Mack, who got shaken up on that play, on the pass that was incomplete to him in the end zone.
Talked about Ed Pilcher, longtime assistant coach, a longtime head coach, Thomas County Central. First thing I check my social media, first picture I see is Billy Pilcher, his son. He's here for his Thomas County Central, and he's here for support his team and his town. And Ed Pilcher, man, what a legacy he left.
Yeah, they won 5 state championships in a 6-year span. I mean, they were 1 second-round loss. I think that was in 90. They won 3 straight, got knocked out first round, then won 2 more. I think that was the sequence. But 5 and 6 years.
Those Marist Thomas County Central games. Joe Burns and all that crowd, people still talk about them.
And one of the greatest players ever to come through, one of the greatest athletes ever to come through the state of Georgia, Charlie Ward, of course, starred at Thomas County Central. Ball is covered at the 47-yard line, so Perry is going to retain possession. Stockbridge does have 1 timeout remaining, but we're down to our final 65 seconds, and the crowd over here beneath us.
What a feeling for this
A big portion of Perry, Georgia showed out here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium today to celebrate what's going to be a history-making day, because on December 12th, 2023, the Perry Panthers are going to win their first state championship.
First time in 70 years, Perry High School will order state championship football rings.
Coulter Ginn going to finish around 261. Now everybody doing the universal ring me sign that everybody does now.
Joe Burrow, give me a ring.
Joe Burrow, Angel Reese.
Yep.
Kind of an LSU thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Started that way.
Aaron Donald did for the Rams.
Yeah, that's right.
Gonna be some tears here. You see him substituting some of the seniors there, some younger guys that probably don't play a lot, and that's a good job. That kid can tell hey, I can tell my grandkids I played in the state championship game too. Doesn't matter if there's 44 seconds left. He got in the game.
Clock winding down. They have to snap it just one more time. This is the championship knee.
What a win for this community.
And our GPB Sports All-State Coach of the Year. And I think when you get your team to a state final for the first time in 7 decades and lead them to the state championship, no one can debate Kevin Smith is the GPB Sports All-State Coach of the Year.
100%. I don't know how late those restaurants are open. I don't know if there's anybody left in town. But I can tell you right now, there are going to be some people in Perry, Georgia. Watch the sun come up tomorrow morning. See 2 head coaches at midfield, and both of those guys here for the first time kind of realized together what a moment this was, and tough night for Stockbridge.
Yeah, you could see they're brothers in the fight.
Yep.
For the last 3 hours, they were fighting against each other. But for the other 364 days plus hours, they're brothers in the fight. They're coaches in high school football. They know the journey. They know how tough it is. They know the weight room. They know checking the grades for their students and prodding their kids to do their homework, do their classwork.
Take care of their bodies.
Yeah. So good to see that. Sharing that moment together. But ultimately, the moment belongs to the Perry Panthers. Longtime assistant coach, Kevin Smith, 24 years an assistant before he jumped into the ring to become a head coach.
How about that? What a feeling it has to be for him and his family tonight to know the sacrifice, the amount of hours he put into this.
No doubt his mentor, Conrad Nix, smiling about this one.
I would imagine Patrick Nix is tuning in somewhere from Alabama and known Patrick a long time, and I'm sure he's watching this, rooting on Perry Panthers.
Perry finishes up 13-2. Got beat by Spalding late in the season, knocked him out of a 3rd consecutive region championship. But they regrouped from that, regrouped from an injury to Coulter Ginn to win their first ever state championship.
You don't get that region patch on your letter jacket, though, but you get that state of Georgia patch, and that's the one for these kids. Hard for them to kind of comprehend right now, but this particular team staying on the field right now, they'll have a 10-year reunion. They'll have a 20-year reunion, and the stories will get better as the year goes on.
Coulter Ginn finishes 16 of 27 passing for 261. Dakari Anderson 7 catches for 148 and a touchdown. Corey Pettigrew came to life in the second half, finished with 4 catches for 67 yards. Ahmad Gordon came to life in the second half, had 17 carries for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I think a lot of it, when they came out of the second half, Matt, they wasted no time in getting number 1 and number 13, getting Gordon and Pettigrew involved. Ahmad Gordon running the ball, Pettigrew, and then they got Dakari Anderson out in space and let his athleticism take over.
Cornerback Tavares Simmons ends up as their leading tackler, 10 stops, 8 solo. Had a PBU. Jarrell Pinckney had a huge game.
Yes, he did.
9 total tackles, 7 solo, 2 quarterback sacks, 3.5 TFL. He would be what I would call the defensive player of the game. Monster game for Jarrell Pinckney.
He played really good.
Coach Clark and the Stockbridge Tigers get the runner-up trophy. And we'll send it down to John Nelson. Or maybe not. I heard the cue from the PA announcer who sent it down to John Nelson, so I thought it was my turn too.
Well, Listen, that John Nelson moment's special. It's got to be right. Got to be right.
(38-27) the final. Perry, as they're all gathered around ready to get up there on the podium and celebrate the championship. And the Tigers make their way off the podium after receiving the runner-up trophy. And now it's going to be the Perry Panthers' turn.
This is going to be a big smile. I can assure you on this one.
And
Every one of them.
And the beauty of the state championship game is they're making their way on the podium. The Yellow Jackets are in the end zone to our left, and the War Eagles are in the end zone to our right. Next man up.
Next man up.
We got next.
We've got next.
Now we send it to John Nelson.
Thank you very much, Matt Stewart. It's that time to present the trophy here in Quad A. First off, we want to give a shout out to our friends from Stockbridge. Tremendous season by all of you making it to the last game of the year. But to present the trophy for the first time ever to a certain batch of folks, it's the Executive Director of the Georgia High School Association, Dr. Robin Hines.
Thank you. I want to congratulate Stockbridge on a great year and want to thank their fans for coming, for supporting your guys. Y'all give them a big hand now. Congratulations to Stockbridge. Coach Smith, it is with great honor on behalf of Alpha Insurance and the Georgia High School Association that we present you with the state championship trophy to Perry High School. Here we go. All right. I have to mention that I think everybody in Perry, Georgia is here tonight. What a great job. Coach, I know this is special. And personally, I am so proud of you. And I'll take the liberty of saying that I believe that your mentor, Coach Conrad Nix, is proud of you too. I know that means a lot to you, to all of us. Yes, sir. But anyway, first time ever, Perry, state champions. They've waited a long time. You've built a great program. What does it mean to you to be at this point?
I'm just so lost for words. It's just been a vision of mine since I was a little kid growing up. I want to build a program from the scratch up and win the big game. And just very gracious and very humbled to be standing on this stage representing Perry High School tonight.
So proud of you, Coach.
We've known each other a long time. What's it been like for you to build this program the way that you've wanted to build it, coffee beans and all, percolating tonight here at Mercedes-Benz?
Man, I tell you, it's been a great honor being coffee beans. You know, I'm so lost for words. I thank Mr. Martin and Dr. Scott for giving me this opportunity, and Coach Nix. I know you couldn't make it tonight. I know you wanted to be here. Thank you so much for helping me lead this bunch. All the administrating and all of Perry Panther Nation. All of Perry Panther Nation, this is for you.
I'm going to ask one more time. Is there anybody at Mercedes-Benz from Perry, Georgia? You're a state champ. Let's send it back upstairs to Matt and Rusty.
Wow, you love the enthusiasm, man. You knew it was going to be a special day when you pulled into the parking deck here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and you saw all the folks from Perry, Georgia and Houston County who made the trip up. And they didn't come here just to come here. They came here to win the state championship, and today they get to hold the trophy.
70 years. the one and only team to ever win a state championship for that town, is standing on the field right now and led by that quarterback, number 12, Colter Ginn. Special, special moment. They'll understand it one day. It's hard to kind of understand the moment. All they're thinking about is, Coach, when we getting rings.
The Perry Panthers, the 2023 Class 4A state champions in Georgia, 38-27 winners over the Stockbridge Tigers as the Panthers close out the season 13-2. The Tailgate Show with Hannah and John is coming up next, and we got one more big final to go on this Tuesday night. The 6A state championship game between Thomas County Central and Woodward Academy is on deck. And now for Rusty Mansell, Autumn Johnson, our producer Glenn Diamond, our director Ryan Bowles, our statistician Kevin Barnes, our entire fabulous GPB Sports Emmy award-winning crew. I'm Matt Stewart. So long from now, I'm going to be back in about 30 minutes with Wayne Gandy, because we got one more big-time fun game to call. That's coming up after the Tailgate Show.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is presented by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to be safe on every trip. Buckle up, Georgia.
Riding down the road and you're doing just fine when a car in front of you crosses over the line. They're in your space, not looking at your face. Distracted drivers all over the place. Say, we will buckle up. Sing it. Say, we will buckle up.
DBHDD and the Governor's Red Ribbon Campaign is all about Georgians standing together for substance misuse prevention. Be kind to your mind. Live drug-free. Learn more about healthy alternatives and living a drug-free lifestyle at garedribbon.org.
This program on GPB is made possible in part by supporters of the Georgia High School Association, including the following.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
Football Fridays in Georgia on GPB is brought to you in part by DBHDD. Win by learning about safe usage of prescription opioids.
Half of the nation's opioid overdoses happen right at home because people don't understand the dangers of taking an oxy or perk with a glass of alcohol for stress or to sleep. Learn how to protect your family from opioid overdose at opioidresponse.info.
Oh, could you give me a soda there? Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
Ready for the game? Yeah. I'm excited too.
Welcome into the GPB Tailgate Party. I'm Hannah Gooden. We are live from Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 2023 GHSA Boys and Girls Football Championships. While the team gets warmed up behind me, we're going to be bringing you live interviews. You never know who's going to show up on this set. We are going to also be bringing you player interviews, previewing the upcoming matchups, taking a look at everything that's happened, special features, and so much more. We just wrapped up the Quad A championship game between Perry and Stockbridge. Let's take a look at what happened on the Georgia's EMC scoreboard. Georgia's EMC's so much more than electricity. So both of these programs were championship newbies heading into this one, but it was Perry who took down Stockbridge for its first state title in its 70-year program history. The final score, 38-27, and if you missed it, this place was packed with Perry fans driving up from Houston County. With that being said, we're going to send it down to the field with Autumn Johnson, who has our Cotton Commission Player of the Game.
Dakari Anderson is the player of the game. I mean, you are a state champ. First time in program history. It's been 70 years. What's going through your mind right now? Walk me through your emotions.
Man, I'm really just happy, man. I ain't even got words for it, man. I'm just ready to go to the city, get lit with my boys, and turn up with the town, man.
I love it. And your game was shining out there like your chain you got on for sure. You are shifty. You were finding open lanes. You had 7 receptions, 145 yards, 1 touchdown. What was your mindset out there, and what did you personally task yourself with?
Man, I didn't come with no task because I know I had to be a team player first. Feel me? I couldn't do it without my team, without the offensive line, my quarterback, the receivers, the rest of them boys. Hey, all them boys was on my side, and I was on their side, and that just gave me the chance to shine.
It's your senior year. You closed out in this way as a champ. Coach Smith said you have been a Perry Panther all of your life. What does this team mean to you, and what does it mean to do it with these guys?
Man, this team means a lot to me, man. We've been through a lot. We done been to the second round and got put out, to the third round and got put out multiple times, and now it's our time. We just finally here, finally got our chance, and we know when we got our chance, we were gonna win.
Hey, it's Perry's time right now. State champs, congratulations. Enjoy it with your team.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna send it back to you.
Thanks, Autumn. Great job. Love that sparkly jacket. I think Nikki and I are both wearing sparkles tomorrow. You were just down there doing the championship presentation. So emotional. What was that like?
Piece of history. When you're part of a piece of history, you always remember it. And knowing what these two programs have gone through to get to this point, to have the growth and see basically everybody here from the town of Perry to experience that kind of a moment.
So loud.
but that's great though. When you have basically an entire town, and yes, you can make all the jokes you want. The last person out turned out the lights. They rolled up the sidewalk. Everybody was here. You get that kind of moment where Perry, who had not won a region title in decades, they make it to the last game of the year. Kevin Smith and what he's been able to do, our GPB Coach of the Year, to get to this point and kick the door in and finally get that state championship. You got to see what it meant for Kevin, who's been a longtime assistant. Matt and Rusty made this point. 24 years at Northside under Conrad Nick's Kevin Kinsler. And you go and you think that you can be the head coach for the first time in your career. And to have that happen for Kevin Smith, to build up 3 consecutive double-digit win seasons in a row to get that state championship, very, very special moment, very, very cool.
And for the few Panther fans that didn't make the trip, congratulations. I know you're watching from home. So we have crowned another winner, both the Cotton Commission Player of the Game and the team. So many more to come this week. But what about the players who've excelled all season long? It's time to unveil our 2023 GPB All-State team, and we'll start with the All-Star